I'm a freak, it's plain to see. Getting used to these growing pains. Success is certain, back to working. Goddamn, I can feel the change. Side of the coin, I'm paranoid. On the surface, I play it cool and I'm afraid of heights. But out of spite, you put me up on this pedestal. But I love you, and I can't deny. Drive myself crazy with the reasons why I can't come to terms with the word goodbye. And the reason is there's no reply. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. So I sit back and relax, still asking myself the same questions. Ignore the facts, I can't turn back. God, please answer me, I'm sick of guessing. I clench my fist, it's gut wrenching. Show me the way to the peace that I'm missing. I'm not religious, but remember this: I live my life with the best of intentions. Don't bullshit me, it's hard to believe. And everything around me is so diseased. So answer this: who the fuck are you? And who the fuck am I supposed to be? Should I listen to God and all his prophets? Listen to the greed that aligns my pocket. Listen to the hypocrites compared to the prophet. Listen to the pain that I clearly adopted. I can't move on when I'm stuck in the past. Hard to forget with a flag at half-mast. Hard to live in the mood so fast. And everything around me is made of glass. And I wanna let you know that I got the message. Stuck in the rut and I'm up for suggestions. But where the fuck is the light of my tunnel? So hand me the balance, I'm starting to stumble. They always say that the strong survive. How do we know too young to die? When happiness is in short supply, they hand you a pill and they tell you to try to love you. And I can't deny. Drive myself crazy with the reasons why I can't come to terms with the word goodbye. And the reason is there's no reply. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage.
Hey, everybody, what's up, what's up?
Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades.
I was having trouble. I was trying to go live since about maybe a minute or two before 9, but I was having trouble linking restream back of it. I guess I think the same thing happened to Rusky last night. He wanted me to re-sign into everything and all that stuff. So. Oh no, Mike! I didn't make her stop doing that. I wouldn't put up with it.
Now pay attention. Welcome to my sideshow. Enjoy the free admission. The drama club isn't accepting submissions. Done with all that bullshit. This family's nothing to fuck with. Unless you really want it, then we'll add you to that hit list. Tried to prevent these events to such extent. I gave in. I was held and I still lost you in the end. I take 2 steps forward and I take 3 steps back. You can hear the contradiction. Maybe I really am a psychopath. The meaning in life, it's not a secret that you keep. It's days and weeks of feeling weak, no sleeping and repeat. Lose your mind and then you find it and get buried underneath the happiness, the pain, and you be getting no relief. What the fuck am I saying? All you faggots paying attention. God bless you.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
What I'm saying, since there is no comprehension, my bleeding heart fell apart. Let it be your intervention. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse.
Been trying to duct tape my windows since just oh no.
Lose your mind with me. Lean back, come on, get relaxed.
Patriots. Why? Because Dale Earnhardt.
Lose your mind with me. I sit back and I reflect and I think about the past. It's set in stone, I have to view it through the glass. Made a lot of mistakes, I'm learning to adapt. I sit alone and overanalyze the aftermath. No straight and narrow, always seeking out a shortcut. And in the further back, see me playing catch up in the days of sin wonder. Are my days really numb? But shit, I don't know, but I ain't getting any younger. Not made up, but I made up. I suggested you just keep a zip. Had to lose my brother to learn the value of relationships. I can't forget.
I've had a rough couple of days, guys. I don't know.
Sometimes I scare myself from
Thank you for joining us, though. Appreciate it.
I've got a couple screws loose, but you refuse to believe the things that I say to you. That's okay, you can join me in the institute. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me. I am back, I am better than ever. I survived a little storm and kept my own shit together. But inside my desperation, I was seeking desperate measures. There's a change up in the season, and I'm just a little weathered. There's a thin line between happiness and misery. Pursue the truth, life is not a fucking mystery. Get a clue, common sense is not your enemy. I was just like you, concerned with just the victory. I used to be a hothead, got a firm grip on my temper. I'm on that next level, balanced and I'm centered. Pain is dangerous, it seems to be my motivator. I'm the type to shoot first and ask the questions later. Can't tell me nothing, this motherfucker knows I tried. I sent him messages, 1,000 prayers with no reply. Can't call my nightmares with a motherfucking lullaby. So fire up that cigarette, pour a shot that multiplies. Lean back, come on get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me. Lean back, come on get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me. With clenched fists, my hands steady. I'm ready to take this leap of faith, and my palms sweaty. I'm so afraid, in a state of panic. I'm a basket case. I step back, I'm hell bent. In this first attempt, gotta keep the pace. If God forgives, I'm ready to live this life full of unpromised days. So fuck it now, I'm all in. Hate motherfuckers wanna keep me down, and what goes around, it comes around. If heaven don't want me, then I'm hellbound. And inside my man, it's Southside land. Set fire to the past, walk through these ashes, fighting for the best. Dip black, Fred is shopping. Come and take a ride with me, motherfucker, hop in. Welcome back. Got a full clip, all aboard this crazy train. No money, no cars, no champagne, but I'm still alive and I can't complain. But trauma free, it's plain to see. Getting used to these growing pains. Success is certain, back to work, and goddamn, I can feel the change. Side of the coin, I'm paranoid. At the surface, I play it cool and I'm afraid of heights, but out of spite, you put me up on this pedestal. But I love you, and I can't deny. Drive myself crazy with the reasons why I can't come to terms with the word.
Hey, Book Girl, can you explain in chat why Liberty called you out and said that you said something about all he does is lick stamps all day? Shut up, Mariah.
Myself the same questions, ignore the facts. I can't turn back. God, please answer me. I'm sick of guessing. I clench my fist, it's gut wrenching. Show me the way to the peace that I'm missing. I'm not religious, but remember this: I live my life with the best of intentions. Don't bullshit me. It's hard to believe, and everything around me is so diseased. So answer this: who the fuck are you, and who the fuck am I supposed to be? Should I listen to God and all His prophets? Listen to the greed that aligns my pocket. Listen to the hypocrites compared to the prophet. Listen to the pain that I've clearly adopted. I can't move on when I'm stuck in the past. Hard to forget with a flag at half-mast. Hard to live in the mood so fast, and everything around me is made of glass. And I wanna let you know that I got the message. Stuck in the rut and I'm up for suggestions, but where the fuck is the light in my tunnel? So hand me the balance, I'm starting to stumble. They always say that the strong survive. How do we know too young to die? When happiness is in short supply, they hand you a pill and they tell you to try. But I love you, and I can't deny. Drive myself crazy with the reasons why I can't come to terms with the word goodbye. And the reason is there's no reply. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days.
I guess. Let me start Odyssey. All right, so what I'm going to try to do on Odyssey is I'm going to live stream straight over to Odyssey. I might chop them up into 2-hour segments over there. But if you're watching on Odyssey, just hang out there. I'm sorry I can't see the chat. I'm working on a fix for that. But let me start Odyssey first, then we'll get started here.
Now pay attention. Welcome to my sideshow. Enjoy the free admission. Drama club isn't accepting submissions. Done with all that bullshit, this family's nothing to fuck with. Unless you really want it, then we'll add you to that hit list. Tried to prevent these events to such extent. I gave in, I was hell-bent, I still lost you in the end. I take 2 steps forward, I take 3 steps back. You can hear the contradiction, maybe I really am a psychopath. The meaning in life, it's not a secret that you keep. It's days and weeks of freedom, week no sleeping and repeat. Lose your mind and then you find it and get buried.
All right, guys, here we go.
Happiness, the pain, and you be getting no relief. What the fuck am I saying?
Man, I can't talk to you now. Why do people call me while I'm on? No. Shut up.
Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Yeah.
It's some off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the face, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Uh-oh.
It's some off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the face, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet.
And yeah. Woo woo.
And Mars in the house.
Hey. The song, the jab, pine needle tea,
Underground Doms save the children.
Social security card claims, birth certificate claims, Vatican tunnel,
Medbed
martial law,
1745, 10 Days of Darkness, digging tunnels, Dogecoin, the Evergreen, 19, Vaseline, boom.
Here we go,
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
it's some off.
Well, Johnny, you can go to mommy's basement.
You better buckle up.
The Nazis were working with the reptilians.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. It's some off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the face, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Ain't seen nothing yet.
We are now the news.
Welcome everybody. I am Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessional live on YouTube, Facebook, and broken up into 2-hour segments on Odyssey. This will be part 1. Thank you for joining us tonight. Like I was saying during the intro before I started some of the streams, I've had a really rough week. It's just a lot of stuff going on, stressed out, depressed, stuff going on, but we're still going to have a show tonight. So sorry I was late. I had some trouble connecting to Restream. But thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up, even though I was late. I appreciate you guys being here on time. I did want to remind everybody, no matter where you're watching that at, please share and subscribe. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Like the page on Facebook if you're over there. Whatever you do on Odyssey, I don't even know how it works really, but do the Odyssey thing if you see this on Odyssey. And on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel. This is our backup channel, CBC Media, the main channel, Cold Beer Confessional, and the kind of odd ends channel, which would be Cold Beer Creations, where we work on projects and shit. And you guys know Liam has a channel. When he comes on, I'll try to drop the link for it, for Game Train on YouTube. And someone asked about the music. The music is by someone named Jay Reese. I'm pretty sure his YouTube channel is still up. I'll try to get the link for it in just a minute, but he makes all the music that's featured on the show, including those 2 songs that we just play while the timer's running out, and the Grifter remix. Well, not the remix, the Ain't Seen Nothing Yet song, and then BT did the remix. But all the music we play on the show is by Jay Reese. He comes in and out. You'll see him all the time. He used to be here all the time, but he's spending some more time with his family, so can't blame him there. I got a new vape. In case you're noticing the new tank, I actually mine fell off the lawnmower while I was trying to do something good and mow the fucking yard, and I ran over it, of course. So I kept finding parts of it, so I went and got one. Did a bunch of running today, but I was able to pull up some research, and something that was kind of weighing on me. I wasn't sure how deep I was going to go into it, but me and Ryan spoke about it. Or what is the impact? Like, why can't we all just get along? Why can't we just say, okay, you believe in this and I believe in this, but at least we both believe in this? Why should someone be out there disputing what's going on, what's being said, the narrative that's being pushed by some of the further crazies? And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. But first, if you want to support the show above and beyond likes and shares, you can go to cultclub.com, KULTKLUB, cultclub.com. That'll send you to Stream Elements where you can donate. Or if you're coming from Facebook, buymeacoffee.com/cold beer or buymeabeer.com/cold beer. That way you want to sign up for an account. And we always have the GoFundMe going on for our house. So I dropped all those links already. The bot will be throwing them in there. The GoFundMe is at coldbeer.fund, www.coldbeer.fund. And if I ever go down again, you can go to coldbeer.live. Don't search it on Google. It'll bring up some guy playing a mandolin. Somebody messaged me the other day and said, how come when I type in coldbeer.live, it brings up a guy with a tiny guitar? Well, that's a mandolin, first of all. And second of all, you're not searching it. It's a website. Instead of going to google.com and searching it, go to coldbeer.live where you would put google.com at. That's where I'm at. So thank you for that. I do have something to say right when we start here. It's not going to be long. It's not going to be drawn out. I don't want to use it for like my attention or anything that has to do with me because it has nothing to do with me. But one of the guys I served with and I went overseas with, Acuff was his last name. Acuff. He just recently passed away from COVID-related illness. I didn't even know he was sick. I didn't know he was in the hospital. He don't even live but a couple hours away from me. I hadn't spoke to him in a while, but it just blew up on my Facebook because a lot of my battle buddies and shit are still on my Facebook and stuff. Everybody saying how good a soldier he was and the things he did. So, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. He had passed away. I hate that. And brother, life too short. I appreciate your service and time you did with me and the stuff we did together. But man, I'll see you on the high ground. And thank you for your service. Yeah, we'll see you on the high ground, brother. Anyways, after that, I know that's it's a weird. I can never know how to do that properly. But that's what it is. The other thing that he was a Cav Scout, same as me. And you guys know that I've told you before that there is a poem for Cav Scouts. It's called Fiddler's Green. So, well, I guess I'll put his picture back up and read it. I think he at least deserves that much. Let me grab his picture again so there's something in the background here. Here is, well, I guess I don't need to read it. I would just say it. The poem is called Fiddler's Green. Halfway down the trail to hell in a shady meadow green, the souls of all dead troopers camped near good old time canteen. And this eternal resting place is known as Fiddler's Green. Marching past straight through hell, the infantry are seen, accompanied by the engineers, the artillery, and the Marines. For none but shades of cavalrymen dismount at Fiddler's Green. Though some go curving down the trail to seek a warmer scene, no trooper ever gets to hell ere he's emptied his canteen, and so rides back to drink again with friends at Fiddler's Green. And so when man and horse go down beneath a saber keen, or in a roaring charge or fierce melee, you stop a bullet clean, and the hostiles come to take your scalp, just empty your canteen, and put your pistol to your head and go to Fiddler's Green. So thank you for your service, Russell Acuff, and like I said, we'll see you on the high ground. Now we can move on from that. I know it's kind of a downer to start with, but I had to say something. I mean, I'm not trying to make it about me, but man, that just hit me weird. He's super healthy. He was super healthy. He's like a bodybuilder type guy. Like he really loved weightlifting and being in shape, and it just happens at weird times. But another update we had, I'm trying to move on. Sorry, I get fixated. Another update we had was, I don't know if you guys remember Phil McConnell. Phil McConnell was kind of on the early stages of QAnon, the end of Pizzagate. Well, through most of Pizzagate. He's had a show, been off and on. He used to run around with Timothy Charles Homeseth. He and Timothy Charles Homeseth actually started a fraudulent charity, I'm pretty sure, allegedly. And they were taking donations to rescue kids that didn't exist. So they were part of the let's rescue the babies, let's do this, let's do that. They were taking in funds. They apparently were shot down with some wild accusations they made to a state prosecutor in Florida. And then they began to cyber harass her and show up and physically show up and follow her around, not to mention follow her all around the internet, talking about how she was a reptilian, she was part of the deep state, she was part of this, she was part of that. That's Phil McConnell. He did it with Timothy Charles Homseth, who is the guy who does the high command, who a lot of people have tried to tell me is Gene Decode. I don't believe that, but they're both kind of pieces of shit. Well, Phil McConnell finally had a warrant out for his arrest forever for, what's her name? Michelle Picozio. Hold on. Phil McConnell. Michelle Picozio, I think's her name. Picasso. Picasso. I'm sorry, it has another I in it. Let me make sure I'm spelling that right. Phil McConnell. Warrant, Florida. Let me put it in without looking it up. Maybe that'll show it. Active warrants list. Phil McConnell. Phil McConnell's been arrested. So there's a bunch of videos on it. I think her name is Michelle Picozio. Picozio, maybe. Anyways, I'll keep finding it. He was a big influencer for a while and was still doing videos. He's got a video recent enough to be with 107, so it's not like it was 10 years ago and he never came back. I mean, like 107 hasn't been around that long. He was stalking and cyberbullying this a state prosecutor. Of course, someone was going to Maria. Is that her name? Kim. Oh, okay. Kim Picasso. Thank you. I couldn't remember her first name. I knew I was getting most of the last one right, but Kim Picasso. Anyways, he was cyberbullying, cyberstalking. He was doing it in person. He and which is stupid, man. A prosecutor, is that who you're going to fuck with? Like, of course you're going to get brought up on charges. So he did that and kept going on about his life, and he said it was fake. Picasso. Thank you. He kept saying it was fake, that they had no criminal case, they were dropping it, they'd never make charges. Well, it turns out that they did make some charges. They did charge him, they did issue a warrant with his arrest, and he took a plea deal by pleading guilty. So I think someone kind of made a video on that already, so I don't have to do that part. We'll check this video out right quick. He's pled guilty. I think Timothy Charles Homseth might be. I'm not positive. Last time I checked, he was on the run from these. Like, he wouldn't go home and he wouldn't go to the state of Florida because he's afraid he'd be arrested.
Hey guys, Levi Page here. I wanted to make a separate video on this topic because it got buried in the last video, but the news is, this is just released today, is that Phil McConnell will be pleading guilty for making death threats and stalking Kim Picasso. So Phil McConnell is a former airline pilot, and he was fired when he refused to take a psych exam. And he started live streaming on YouTube, where he would...
Oh yeah, he's super crazy. He goes way out there with a lot of reptilian and secret space I mean, like all the other ones we cover, he just does. There's different levels of this batshit crazy narrative. There's some people that just barely go into aliens, and then there's some people that, like, the lizard people are taking over the world and blah 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 and this, and everybody's a clone and everybody's been this and everybody's been that. There's different levels. He definitely checked all the boxes.
Spread conspiracy theories about 9/11. He was a QAnon conspiracy theorist, and he teamed up with Timothy Homseth, another conspiracy theorist from the Haley Cummings case. That's a missing child out of Satsuma, Florida, that vanished in 2009. And Timothy Holmes...
That was the case they claimed that they were working on, was the Cummings case, which was a missing child from Florida. They claimed that they were taking donations and doing their live streams around helping with that case. And they tried to submit some information to Kim, and of course it wasn't credible, it wasn't valid, it wasn't information she could use. And when she politely just didn't respond, that's when they kind of went off on this tangent to make her look horrible, to follow her around, to put pressure on her, and then claim that she was part of the deep state because she didn't take their information they were able to gather through their YouTube channel.
Homseth had been harassing a lawyer that worked on that case. Her name is Kim Picasso. She's a lawyer.
There it is. Kim Picasso. You guys are right.
Timothy falsely accused that lawyer of abducting Haley, of trafficking Haley.
So it wasn't bad enough to accuse her of, at first, of being part of the deep state, of being part of the problem, part of the cabal. She even kept going above and beyond those claims and said, oh, well, she's part of a trafficking ring, and she does this, and she's working with her friends. If nothing else, it was slander. But her being Kim being a person like in public, like a public figure, and a prosecutor, it was probably easier for her to get harassment and bullying than it was for slander. There's two separate levels for slander. If I'm just a business owner who doesn't do anything, I'm not an internet personality or nothing, I'm just a guy with a personal Facebook page and a personal Twitter, that's one thing. If I come on YouTube every night and I'm a YouTuber or my own website and make videos and put them out and I'm a public figure, that's a whole nother level. It's the same reason. The way it's supposed to work is that at legitimate news agencies can put out stories with verifiable sources without having to find every drop of proof before they can put the story out. Now, it's been abused and used and weirdly, and it's led to a bunch of anonymous sources that never seem to turn up or be right. But the way it's supposed to work is a public figure, it's harder to prove slander because you live in the public and there are going to be people that automatically talk about you in the public. So it was probably easier for her to go for bullying and harassment, which they did some fucked up shit. If her whole statement's true, if what she says is true, showed up and tried to assault her and tried to pressure her and blah, 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 like while she was walking home one day, well, multiple times, she believed that she had seen him in her neighborhood and outside her house a few times.
Emailing her, calling her, contacting her. After she told him to quit, he wrote a book about her. He incited people to make death threats to her.
He did do a really good job, and I think this probably helps her case a lot. He did do a really good job of mentioning her so much in such a derogatory manner, and the things he accused her of were just terrible. The same things that I kind of bring up and say, hey, you guys are accusing a living, breathing person of this. What if some nut job thinks it's real and goes out and takes justice into their own hands? That's the type of accusations he was making. So his Chad, of course, was encouraged to reach out to her in the real world. He would say, call her office and tell her what you think about her. She's running this ring and doing this, and we've heard children screaming when we called in, and just crazy stuff. And of course, his little minions did as they were told. Right.
And she got a restraining order against him in 2011. Timothy Homseth violated it multiple times.
I'm sorry, but girl, I missed it. Could you type that again? All I saw was that's the little tiff between me and Mike, but it spilled over. You don't have to tell me. I was just curious. I thought it was funny that he's like, I do more than lick stamps, and somebody's like, it was Bug Girl. It was Bug Girl. It was funny to me.
And in 2019, he was scheduled to go on trial. And instead of going on trial, he took off and ran. And he hooked up with Phil McConnell, the man that you see there on your screen. He's in Plum City, Wisconsin. That's where he hails from.
That's right, Sky
and
Queen.
The two of them would go
it was a weird show, huh?
Phil McConnell started threatening Kim Bocasio. He threatened her life, and he was arrested.
Are you in Telegram or on Facebook or Discord? You can just send me a message. I'm sorry, I just didn't see it. I was probably going over the A-Cuff thing. Deb Bell bought you 5 6-packs collecting money for Jeff B's operation to reset. I don't know if that's a procedure or not, Deb Bell, but I'll make sure I check in on him while he's healing up.
And charged for felony aggravated stalking, threats to kill / cause bodily harm, and threats to conduct a mass shooting, an act of terrorism. And Phil McConnell committed all of these crimes on video. In one video, he said that he wanted to stretch the neck of Kim Bocasio. In another video, he said that Kim Bocasio was going to, quote, pay with her life. He did this on multiple occasions. There was even an image that he used of Bocasio being beheaded. But today we learn that Phil McConnell will be saying he's guilty. He is changing his plea to guilty.
That's right. Changing the plea to guilty.
So everyone can see it.
What are we doing? Oh, he's changing the screen.
The state of Florida versus.
Seems like if it was all made up, manufactured, and this and that, would you be taking a plea bargain?
Phil McConnell. There is a hearing that is going to be scheduled, and it's a change.
I thought I heard Homeseth was still on the run.
And it is going to be next month, September 8th, 2021, 9 a.m. in Broward County, Florida, Fort Lauderdale. And it's a change of plea.
Well, technically, he hasn't pled yet. His lawyer filed the paperwork that they're changing their plea. And unless he's trying to plea, I think it's too late because some measures already went through. I don't think he can do. I don't think he can do like an Alfred plea where like you're not admitting guilt, but you're saying you haven't. I think you have to start that before the trial in the state of Florida. I think the only other option he can do is take the bargain. If they're putting in work because he wants to change from not guilty to something, I'm assuming he's going for guilty for a plea deal because they've been trying to work out a plea deal for a few months.
Hearing.
Thank you, Book Girl.
Phil McConnell has agreed to plead guilty to stalking Kim Bocasio, to making death threats to Kim Bocasio, and of threatening to commit an act of terrorism. I'm going to play you some audio from Phil McConnell, which is pretty disturbing, but it takes you into his mind. In one audio, Phil McConnell talks about how he has impure thoughts about children.
He does have some weird audio clips. Listen to some of
He
these.
threatens to murder people. This audio is from Agent 19. He's the one that gathered these clips. Thank you, Agent 19. Let's take a listen.
I'm glad you asked me to talk about pedophilia. So when I told you I didn't want to do it, I retract that. Somebody's got to do it. In this case, it's me. There's a differentiation between voluntary pedophilia, because it may cross more minds than want to admit it. But there's a difference between crossing your mind. In fact, I had a pastor once tell me, I was talking about heterosexual things, and he said there's a difference between having a bird land in your head and having the same bird build a nest in your hair. And so when these inappropriate thoughts cross any mind, and they surely do, whether you admit it or not, hopefully there's people here who've never had a thought like that, and I wish I was you. But
There's people, so he's talking about these thoughts about children and pedo stuff, and he said, I'm sure there's people here that have never had those thoughts, and I wish I was you, because I have. He's had those thoughts?
These thoughts come and go.
No, Mr. McConnell, the rest of us do not have those thoughts, and I find it very disturbing that you've stated that you do.
That's Timothy Charles Homeseth there.
On September the 19th of 2019.
This little girl right here, Haley Cummings, was...
By the way, they've made a good damn living off this little bullshit they got, running around acting like they're helping to solve mysteries for kids and missing children and John Benet Ramsey and Haley Cummings and all this stuff. They've made a damn good living. Yeah, the guy gave credit to Agent 19.
Trafficked by a group of people that Timothy Charles Homeseth has exposed, and some of the people on the other team trying to cover this up are well aware that there were pictures of this young girl's nether regions bruised and traumatized by a blunt object. Now, I actually am a heterosexual male with a kickstand, and try as I might, on my best day ever, I couldn't have bruised anybody. But when they take things that are not naturally positioned around those organs.
As I stated at the onset, I will not be...
He's a pig.
Is he talking about in the throes of lovemaking with an adult or a child, he couldn't bruise somebody? Is that what he's saying?
The guy's a straight up pig. You see him there talking about children in that way, admitting that he has impure thoughts about them, and then going into graphic details on his YouTube live stream. A perv, a pedophile. Now let's listen to Phil McConnell make death threats.
I think he's got some of the death threats he's made.
I'm going to make a brief statement to all the pedophile judges.
The Haley Cummings was, it's been a while, probably 10, 15 years. It was in February. A 5-year-old maybe, disappeared out of her home in the middle of the night. It was a lot like the John Benet Ramsey just disappeared out of her home. The last person to see her was the father's girlfriend, I think. And the father came home he worked night shift, and he came home and found out that Haley was just gone. They're both in state prison right now, the father and the girlfriend, on drug charges. And I think they're probably getting out soon right now. But I don't think they ever come into any resolution. They're still, to this day, looking for Haley, who would probably be 18 maybe, or maybe around 18 years old now. But I don't think they ever come into any resolution with what happened to that. They were arrested on drug charges and went to jail for drug charges. But I don't think they ever came to any resolution on the child at all. It's a really sad story, but these guys are acting like they were solving it while selling books and donation links and everything else.
In all the states, but especially in the state of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Indiana, and Pennsylvania. If you guys don't want to go away for a long time, I suggest you step down from the bench and try to hide out where Harley riders and U.S. Marines can't find you.
I know for a fact that I haven't been able to find it. But I know for a fact, and it may have went no further than being just a complaint. I saw a complaint with multiple names on it of people who had, so apparently the backstory was that I found on social media, and this might not be true, but they had they said they had a nonprofit, him and Phil McConnell, and it was for not only for getting out here and working these cases and doing this and doing that, it was also for searching for kids and then putting them up and getting them support and getting them beds and clothing and food and stuff that they need once they rescued them. They were taking money for that through GoFundMe not GoFundMe, but a fundraising site, and claiming it was a nonprofit. The story from social media that came out is a granddaughter, I think in her early 20s, somewhere around there, found out what was going on and started doing research and realized that they didn't have a nonprofit, that a lot of the money they were taking up wasn't going where they said it was, and that they were lying on this website and taking her grandma's money. And it just so happened that where she lived at had a lot of older people. She lived in Florida, of course. Had a lot of older people in that area, and she was able to get like 5 or 6 more people in on this lawsuit, and they filed. Like, there was filing paperwork, but I never saw what happened with that, and I was super curious too. It just seemed like it kind of disappeared, or maybe they didn't pursue it because they knew they didn't have no money. But I would have just liked to seen, maybe they were looking for monetary claims to get their grandma's money back, and if they've spent it all and don't have jobs, it's kind of hard to get your money back. I would have just liked to have seen it for clarity, to see what was actually going on with their little non-profit thing they had. But yeah, they're definitely sharks, opportunists at best. Every time a child goes missing, they show up there, they're doing live coverage out here working and investigating and blah, blah, blah. And Phil McConnell was a former Marine. He was an airplane pilot for a commercial, I don't know which, but a commercial airline here in the U.S. And when he started making strange comments to his coworkers, they asked him to take a psych eval, which is used for pilots because they don't want you to get up there and freak out and have something going on in your head. He refused to take the psych eval, and that's how he lost his job.
The penalty.
Yeah, but that was kind of after. So Timothy Charles Homeseth, it claims that now he's part of the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force. And Phil McConnell was a consultant for them, I think, at one time. But that was kind of after they had already done one. That's the one that I'm kind of curious about.
For what you've done, with the assistance of my sister, Christine Marcy, is death. Now, you can have death like McCain and George H.W. Bush, in a surgical setting, or you can have death walking down the street.
Oh, they called it Able Danger, Operation Able Danger. Global Operation Able Danger is what they were calling it.
It's up to you. Don't get me mad.
Oh, wow.
So this idiot was dumb enough to go live on YouTube and make death threats and put it out there for the world to see. And he incited a ton of his nutty followers to stalk.
Not to be confused with Able Danger was an actual operation, like an actual military operation around 2000 or so. But they also called their little whatever Able Danger.
And harassed Kim Bocasio. He gave out her number on the air, and she was flooded with calls from those crazies, threatening her. But now, justice has caught up with Phil McConnell, and he's going to plead guilty.
That's right, GS.
To making those death threats against Kim Bocasio and harassing her and stalking her and threatening.
I don't know this guy's backstory or why he's so passionate about this. He's one of the people who covered it better than anybody else, all in one spot.
That's what happens when you're an idiot and you put your crimes out there for the world to see on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, and you live stream it for everyone to see. You get busted, and there's no way out of it.
Yeah, he's talked to some major people like 107 and like Nino. Phil McConnell has talked to some major people, and there's been a lot of major people name drop him and say, oh, yeah, I grew up, or I used to watch when this first started. I was watching Phil McConnell and blah, blah, blah. Hurston W. used to have Timothy Charles Homeseth on her show all the freaking time.
When Phil McConnell appears in court to plead guilty, we'll see what his sentence will be. These are felony charges.
There's a video of Timothy Charles Homeseth, his first court date. He never made it to. I think he's been on the run since then.
Continue to follow this.
He'll tell you he's not, but if you look, there's still a warrant for his arrest, and he's not at his home, and he's not in the state of Florida, so he's technically on the run, even though it's not like he's physically running all the time. I'm assuming he just went somewhere where nobody's looking for him, and that's where he hangs out.
Thanks, everybody, for coming on. Remember to like this video and subscribe if you are not subscribed. I'm Levi Page, signing off.
So, Levi Page, thank you for that video. He seemed pretty passionate about it. And again, I don't know his backstory, but he was able to put that all together. It's just a little update on one of the guys going down that I've not really covered that much in depth, because when I started covering this, I thought everybody already knew about Timothy Charles Homeseth and Phil McConnell. And Phil McConnell was already facing charges, and Timothy Charles Homeseth was already on the run when I started covering all this. So I haven't really covered it that much, but it is one that's down. You all right, Joel? You're signing off, or are you copying what he said? Here's a couple more updates just from around YouTube and stuff going on. Jake Paul, no federal charges in Arizona mall incident. That's when he was out there and they were rioting around. Jake Paul's off the hook with the feds for roaming an Arizona mall as it was being looted by George Floyd protesters. We're told he will not be prosecuted. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Arizona tells TMZ prosecutors will not be pursuing federal charges against Jake for his conduct in the Scottsdale shopping center days after Floyd's murder. As we reported, a video shows Jake inside the mall while it was being looted back on May 30th. I think he's handing out shots. And he was busted for trespassing and charged with a criminal misdemeanor. The city attorney didn't pursue the case but kicked it up to the feds, who launched an investigation. They ended up raiding one of his mansions. I thought this was going somewhere, to be honest with you, but I guess not. I personally did think it was going somewhere. Are you feeling any better, Joel, by the way? Hope you are. So this is the raid on his little mansion. Right there it is. Hold on, let's see if it'll play. This is when they raided Jake Paul, a children's YouTuber, as bad as I hate to say it. I know it's hard to hear. It's just a mumble on a loudspeaker. It sounds like usurpations, usurpations, usurpations. Another thing I find weird when we're talking about these influencers and getting snatched up and blah, blah, blah. Man, Baked Alaska, I would like to see the terms of his probation, because Baked Alaska was charged in Arizona, his home state, and he was let out on probation, pending some more court hearings and shit, and somehow he was in Florida. Thanks for your input, Lady Blue. So that was one of the videos from TMZ. The last little part of it says, as part of the investigation, federal agents later raided Jake's home in Calabasas and the famous graffiti mansion in Las Vegas. And when they did that out in California, they brought out quite a few ARs, stuff that I thought he was probably going to be charged with, but I guess not. We know weapons were confiscated from both homes, but it remains unclear how or if they were connected to the Scottsdale incident. In any event, the feds now say they didn't find enough evidence to charge him for anything. Maybe they went through the proper procedure to get those, and who knows? I don't know. That whole family's fucked up, and I think the dirtiest, nastiest piece of shit out of all of them is their dad. So you have Jake and Logan Paul, and then you have their dad. And their dad, there is literally a video floating around where the girl in it says, I was a minor. At the time, the dad in it says she was a minor. And they're doing dirty talk and sexual things in audio format. You can hear them talking and shit, and see flashes of frames, and he's like a 50-year-old fucking man. They're doing kissing pranks with teenagers, and the whole family's fucked. But their dad is probably the worst. I was honestly hoping that some justice would finally be served. I guess not. And also on YouTube, we have Philip DeFranco sounding off today. He covers news. He's a notorious fence sitter, left-wing fence sitter. But he put out this post, which I found interesting. It says, fuck, man, damn it, this isn't me. I missed the mark. I would really like to apologize if y'all give me the time to read this. I'd like to apologize for my last tweet saying you're a dumb fuck if you have the eligibility and access to get the vaccine but choose not to get it. Just kidding. Haha, fuck you again. And to the people saying, oh wow, name calling is really going to convince me. I'm done trying to convince you. That's over. I'm just going to mock you for believing a bunch of fuck-face grifters monetizing misinformation and or ignorance over scientists using the most recent relevant info. That was in response to backlash over this tweet that said, laugh out loud, imagine having eligibility and access to get the vaccine, and saying, nah. Also, to the pearl clutchers offended by this tweet, yes, I am calling you stupid, and you can go fuck yourself, you ignorant, selfish fuckface. So he put that tweet out originally. He caught some backlash on it. Then he made a fake apology tweet, I guess. It is what it is. I guess he's not sitting on that fence anymore. He seems to be completely in the ball game. We'll see what happens. And the last little quick update we got is I think we finally, Rusky was able to get us some footage of a guy who very intently loves his Patriot Street Fighter Tomahawk. Here we go. Oh, shit. What? Oh, no. Patriot Street Fighters, dismount. What you doing there, big guy? That seems like some serious road rage. Oh, now we're jumping the curb, and man, got my Case fans out here putting in work. Jesus. That's a crazy video. Rusky sent that in. That's from Now This. He even made the little comment about the fucking the Patriot Street Fighter Tommy Hawk. I mean hatchet, right? It's a hatchet. Never mind. It's a hatchet. I forgot. Now we're gonna go into some longer content here. We're not gonna get into the main story yet, but we were mentioned. Can't keep our names out of their mouths. Let's see what they had to say. Jason Q back on Wacky Wednesday.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, before we start this one, I have actually something else to show, because that one's kind of long, and if I don't do it, I'll forget. So we actually had a field reporter go out that was exploring for some tunnels. That was Mr. Juan 1007. I'm sorry. Here we go.
All right, we're going in deep. Hey, what's up, man? Mikey, did you find that jackhammer bit? All right, good. All right, thanks.
Uh-oh. Where are we at? Where's the tunnels?
Oh, truck ducks.
You better be looking at the floor. You're going to fall down that tunnel. Uh-huh. Oh, what is this? What is this? Food for children? What's this doing in a tunnel?
Maybe they're shoving them in there.
Huh. Maybe they're shoving them in there. This is on 007's YouTube channel, by the way.
No cages up there.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if the guy who recorded this wants to be mentioned, but yeah, I appreciate it.
No.
I don't know. Wait. Did you make this guard for this walk behind forklift out of cage material? Is that a cage gate you got there? Looks pretty suspicious.
Fire exit.
I'll drop the channel link.
Ooh, wonder what's in here.
There's 007's channel. Oh, no tunnel over there. Feel like it's pretty thorough. We're doing all we can to get out of here as quick as possible. No, we didn't get moved today. We're packing and trying to do what we can and trying to make offers and get one accepted. And man, we're jumping through a bunch of hurdles, but no, we didn't get moved today. We're doing what we can to get out of here as fast as we can. It's just, damn, everything takes so much time when you start adding it up and this and that, and people won't text you back for a day or two. Like, oh, there's the cage. Found it. That makes sense because my children love to play with electrical breakers. They like to flip them back and forth, and they're like, look, you can see the spark, Daddy. And I'm like, yeah, keep playing. Just leave me alone. I'm on the computer. That makes a lot of sense. Why they keep them in there.
See? Yep, I guess they're right. They do have cages at Walmart. Well, that's the end of this one.
Uh-oh. So that's the end of the first video, but don't worry. There is a part 2. I'm telling you, we're going to have field reporters everywhere after this.
Maybe, just maybe, they got them here.
Uh-oh.
Shall we? Hey.
This is from the 007 channel. The guy who recorded this is a member of our community. If he wants his name out there, he's more than welcome. If he don't, I understand. But it's from 007's channel.
You guys got any tunnels in here? Tunnels? Yeah. Haven't seen any missing kids, have you?
So it seems like they're... It seems like this company is doing the work. They're building the little buildings inside everybody's been talking about for the for the online grocery orders, online grocery shopping, OGS or whatever it is, where they pack your order. And I think they're going to be like a temperature controlled, maybe not like refrigerated, but at least a little bit cooler temperature and separated to keep all the groceries in when you do an online grocery order. It looks like they're building those because ours looks like this. It's like a little temporary cubicle wall all the way around, thrown together, blah, blah, blah. And that's where they keep the bins that they keep the grocery orders in. And it looks like they got like a little mini split air conditioner unit is what they got it refrigerated with or conditioned with.
You guys got any tunnels in here? Tunnels? Yeah. Haven't seen any missing kids, have you? Okay, thanks.
That's the funniest question there.
No.
Wait. Is that a tunnel or is that a hallway? What's the difference? Somebody give me a definition. That looks a lot like a drywall tunnel. I'm just saying. Y'all got any missing kids in here? Seen any missing kids? That's the funniest question he has so far.
No tunnels here. Check these.
Should you be allowed to step straight through that door? I feel like there's something missing.
Check these.
See quite the airway in the door there.
No, nothing here.
Uh-oh, gonna be a bathroom maybe? Look out, saw some plumbing stubbed up. Oh, imagine a locked door. That's where, right there, that's perfect size. That right there is perfect size for a kid's prison cell. Why didn't you show the ceiling in this room? You can't hide shit from me. No, I think it's the bathroom was to the right, and then that one's probably the bathroom supply closet, toilet paper cleaning, stuff like that. That was a good video. Thank you for doing it. Like I said, if you want credit for it, cool. If you don't, I understand, especially when you did it at work. But that's on 00Savin's channel. It's literally labeled as Searching for Tunnels, Part 1 and Part 2 on 00Savin. One more time, here's the 00Savin link. Boom, boom. You go subscribe if you want to. Now, we can get into this little bit longer piece where we were mentioned.
There we go.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. Come on.
Everything's a little.
Oh, yeah. Yep, we're live. So, welcome everybody. This is the High Vibes Up.
I honestly think that Walmart felt like they were ill prepared with how many people freaked out and didn't go to the store or wanted to order online. And they were too backed up, too busy, and they're thinking that, they hear the same narrative we do a lot of times. I mean, sometimes they get behind-the-scenes information, I'm sure, because they're the largest corporation store in America, at least as far as, like, retail store. But a lot of times they hear the rhetoric we do, and they know that if the variant's as bad as people say and they try to force another lockdown, then they're going to need to expand their ability to do online sales and in-person pickups. And I think that's what they're preparing for. Even if there isn't another lockdown, our economy and the way people interact with each other, at least for some people, I know a lot of people want to go back to normal, but you've got to realize a lot of people have changed forever and will not go back to normal. They've went online shopping and they loved it, or they've done this and they like it, or they think it's safer, or they have more fun, or they do this, and they're gonna keep staying that way. I guarantee you. Some people are going to stay forever. I'm one of the guys that's like, hey, I can't wait till it gets back to normal. It doesn't seem like everybody's like that though.
Fusion family, I'm Kid. This is Candy, and we got Jason Q here. So welcome everybody.
Yeah, I've already seen it, Jane.
Okay,
So,
I lose my mind here. Can't find you.
So I do have an announcement to make. We talked, and it's a go for the Q&A. So we're going to be doing an hour worth of information, and then the next hour we're going to be doing a Q&A. So I'll be posting the link and the phone numbers in the Telegram group, not on YouTube chat, because last time we got infiltrated. And You will be in the waiting room, only one person at a time.
They got infiltrated last time with their call-in show. I didn't even know about that.
Try to keep your questions short and try to come up with at least 2 or 3 questions, because if Jason can't answer the first one, but he can answer the second one, then that's that. So, yeah, make sure it's the most important question that you have. We're trying to.
Yes, and your focus is to come with the question, not with a story.
Yes.
Just the question. If you go into the story, guess what? We're going to put you right back in the waiting room with love, but that's what we'll do.
You see the light of the waiting room lights.
Right. So if you guys need the Telegram group link, just let us know and we'll post it for you. All right, Jason. So what do you have for us today?
Oh my gosh, is this Boom Week?
Well, let's check.
How does POTUS dance?
Right?
Shit. This ain't good.
What's that?
What's going on?
Well,
What?
the middle of the calendar's missing. I must have hit it with something. So you're gonna have to redo this real quick. Sorry, guys.
Post that right there. And
Thank you, Darren, for sharing our live.
yes, thank you so much for doing that. It is very much appreciated. If you guys could share.
Okay. He accidentally wiped off half his whiteboard. Maybe you should use a permanent marker.
We go live every Wednesday at the same time, 5 p.m. with Jason Q, 3 p.m. before play with Kid and Candy. And Sundays, we also do our lives on Sundays at 1 p.m. Usually we do healing work. We do
Bring on guests.
Bring on guests to be able to teach. So
Everything is about inner and self-growth and to empower you in your present moment.
yes, most definitely.
And that's what we're all about, is empowering you. And that's why Jason comes here every Wednesday.
Well, not every Wednesday, as we know from last Wednesday.
Well,
So some of us just don't show up. It's not that I didn't show up. It's just I wasn't feeling. I was under the weather, actually migraine. So we were hoping it's like, yeah, come on, let's hit some uploads.
We're all
You had a 2-week migraine? That's I don't know. I'll probably get that checked out, man. I hope you're all right.
so happy to have you back, Jay.
yes, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's probably some that don't, but it's okay because you know what? We know who they are, and they could go.
Fly kite?
They go, what, Jason?
Yeah, there's probably some that don't, but it's okay because you know what? We know who they are, and they could go.
Fly kite?
I mean, if they're up for flying kites and a tsunami, and the kite's tied around their neck, that'd be
Only
nice.
for certain people. Like
So,
the big
someone wants to see your shirt, Jay. Would you
Oh.
like to show that off?
By the way, I would like to thank Jordan and Amber for this because China's bitch. You gotta love that. It's got a little Biden with a nice little,
I mean, maybe he's taking a shot at me, but you were the one that did the hand job ecaculating into your mouth signaling. You did that, right?
This is up top. Little party backstage, like a mullet for the like a CCP mullet, you could say.
It's a wonderful shirt.
It is a fucking damn good shirt, and I felt bad because I want to wear it for not so much a special occasion, but for a show, so that because to show off the awesome gift, because I'm very appreciative of all gifts. I mean, there's some that are just, there's one back here that's like really, really big, and we're gonna use it on a podcast for like a trivia where you have to come up with what's in the hidden in the mosaic, because there's like 13 hidden things in the mosaic. I'm like, this is hands down badass.
What mosaic?
In Australia. So it's like, we got Aussies, we have Patriots all over, and that's why it's just
I guess they're
love them all, love them all.
I guess they're making a mosaic for this show, maybe. I don't know. I didn't see a mosaic, but they're talking about giving away some gifts. So it's like somebody gave him this shirt, and he's talking about prizes because they've been doing like a trivia show over on One Republic Network. But here's where it comes in.
And it's from Belinda in Australia. So it's like we got Aussies, we have Patriots all over, and that's why it's just love them all, love them all, except those fuckers from Cold Beer Confessional. They can all suck my dick. Just saying.
He didn't even call me out. He called you guys out. That was strange.
13 hidden things in the mosaic. I'm like, this is hands down badass. And it's from Belinda in Australia. So it's like we got Aussies, we have Patriots all over, and that's why it's just love them all, love them all, except those fuckers from Cold Beer Confessional. They can all suck my dick. Just saying.
Okay. What happened to Too Small, never says anything important, can't get to me, can't bother me, can't get me to address them, can't get any attention, can't make any headway, doesn't have enough followers, doesn't get any steam, doesn't do this, that. Are you mad because I busted your flat earth theory that you defended for like 40 minutes of a show? Is that why you're mad? Because you could tell it obviously got to you with my 7 followers or whatever you said that are all bots and me and hiding behind my mask. By the way, it's been going off every time I look down today. I better get a better mask. I'm going to have to dial this sumbitch in. I don't want anybody to be able to identify me as Will Bird from the Cold Beer Confessional. That would be horrible. But I guess he's calling you guys out. He loves everybody. But those guys from the Cold Beer Confessional, they can suck his deeks.
We have Patriots all over, and that's why it's just love them all, love them all, except those fuckers from Cold Beer Confessional. They can all suck my dick. Just saying. But that's why we do stuff like that. It's because all 80 people that he has subscribed, they could all do this.
Well, I mean, that's obviously wrong. There's more than 80 people subscribed. There's a 5,000, almost 6,000 on one, or coming up on 6,000 on one. And there's what, almost 1,000 on this one. We were just talking about the other day. I was super excited. I know I'm nowhere near as big as you, but I don't think it's the quality of content or host. Yeah, there's 5 and a 5.6 on the other one, and a 900 and some on this one. But I think we've already proven it's not the quality of the show. It's not the quality of the host. It's not quality of the broadcast. It's not audio quality. It's nothing but, literally nothing but, is there hopium or is there no hopium? And the more radical the hopium, and the richer people think they're going to get off of it, or watch popcorn and fucking founder on it, or whatever, eat all the popcorn, drink all the Liberty water, the more hopium there is, the more people watch it. That's why I had that one video that popped off and went viral. And honestly, judging by all the places it was shared, I would say it's got to be my best performing video, for sure. Probably, I was coming up on 160,000. Plus, I've seen one video that had over 1 million views on Instagram. That was like a shortened version of it. I would say that if I knew everywhere it was at, that video probably got close to, 2 million views. If I saw one with 1 million, and I know I had over 100, almost, or coming over 150,000. I don't know why I said it so weird. If I had 150,000 going on to 160, and I saw a video with over 1 million, plus I'm not even counting all these little places. Like I didn't even know this was a thing. Here's someone else that shared it.
Oh, just call in.
Like it got shared, it got stolen and shared so many places. I would say we're 1.5 million is definitely a safe bet, because even if only 4 other people got 100,000 views like I did, and I saw one that had 1.1 or 1.2 million views, which really it was a real shortened clip of it. It kind of looked like this. They put text all over, and it was only like 10 seconds of it, but still, It got over 1 million views of scrolling views. So I would say we're real safe with 1.5 million. Somewhere that's already excited, already started. What was the deciding factor? All that hopium.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thank you for the sub.
Have the name correct, BC. All right. Also,
to be fair, I do not disagree with Kelly that I have a better show setup, better quality, better animations, better fucking chat going on. Everything that looks or sounds on my show is 1,000 times better than you. I do agree with that, but I don't think that this video right here had anything to do with quality. I don't think that any of them that perform well have anything to do with quality. That's right.
celebrate.
As long as it's not a high-pitched squeal for 20 minutes, if it's full of hopium, it's going to do good.
Started tonight about 7 p.m. with a sign.
I just want to hear one part. Hold on.
Behind it, people celebrating in front of
They want to live in a movie.
it said Jasara.
Jasara, which means Gusara, we all know because we pronounce it right. Everything's happening just as they predicted. Stop the tour buses. Set the brakes. Get off. Run out in the streets. Celebrate. Stop the tour buses. Set the brakes. That's my favorite part. Stop the buses. Set the brakes. It's over with. We've won, boys. But you remember, none of that gets to Jason. He doesn't care about my 80 subscribers and my 13 views I get. That doesn't bother him at all.
Suck my dick. Just saying. but that's why we could say stuff like that. You know, it's because all 80 people that he has subscribed, they can all do the same. Because if it takes them 5-6 hours to talk about our show, that's like 4 hours.
I don't know why they all get on this kick. There has never been, I've never done a show where I covered someone's entire show one for one. Ever. We've watched entire videos, sure. We usually have them sped up, but there's always other content on my show. I don't just do, this is Jason Q's Wacky Wednesday from Wednesday the 5th. Thank you for joining us. We do as much as we can stand of you, honestly. Some videos I like to watch to the end.
It's like,
I think there was something went on, Russ, and they made some type of weird announcement that it was going to be only Jason Q for a while, nobody else. We've heard you. We're going to have him back, and just him.
Take it 2.5 hours, watch 60 minutes. It's just...
That's such a good joke. How many minutes does it take you to burn down that fucking 8-ball? I don't know how what your guys' experience was, but that was literally a joke I heard in grade school. Your mom or dad or you're so dumb, it takes you an hour and a half to watch 60 minutes. And I haven't heard it since grade school until Jason brought it out of the closet, dusted it off, probably got it out of one of those totes. It's been around since 1983. Dusted it off and threw it back out here. It takes you an hour and a half to watch 60 minutes. Because 60 minutes is get it? It's an hour.
Stuff like that. You know, it's because all 80 people that he has subscribed, they can all do the same. Because if it takes them, 5-6 hours to talk about our show, that's like 4 hours.
Yeah, about half of 4 is 8. And I think it takes about 4 minutes for you to smoke the entire 8-ball. I'll ask Chili Man.
It's like take it 2.5 hours, watch 60 minutes. It's just
nobody laughed.
It's like you would.
Oh, are you explaining the joke as it's just not so smart? I explain as smart. They not so smart. I smart. They not smart. Not so smart. They don't even laugh. Listen, if you're going to try your hand at comedy and you have somebody on your show and maybe you're not the funniest guy, at least talk to them before the show starts and say, hey man, just give me a courtesy chuckle or something. Maybe that'll get the ball rolling. Something might happen. But for them to just deadpan stare at you, it's like taking 2.5 hours to watch 60 minutes. What I mean by that is they not so smart.
It's like taking 2.5 hours to watch 60 Minutes.
Like this painful ass joke that's not funny.
Not so smart.
Crickets.
It's like you would think that these people would actually learn something from them, but not yet. So cross fingers. Come on.
Is their audio disconnected? What is this?
But Boom Week? No.
This is the most painful interaction I've ever seen between friends. 2.5 hours to watch 60 Minutes. It's not so smart. You know? You think they would learn something? Guys, hello? Is this thing on? Guys. Whoa. Jello. I said Jello instead of hello. It's funny.
Oh. Not Boom Week.
It is a pretty big week, though.
He can't get shit for they are leaving him out to dry. Come on, guys. Dr. Evil, do the evil laugh, and I can never remember your mom's name. Candace, Carolyn, I can't. Oh, it says it. Candy, Kid and Candy. Get her to laugh or speak or something. Come on.
But Boom Week isn't this much. It's next month. Yeah.
That's right, Joe.
Okay, so it's just like a half-ass hack job of it, but it didn't erase this though. So right here, so we started it on Sunday, and
it didn't erase my pins.
Right. So don't mind all this. It's just like, but right here,
that was painful.
Damn it. Sorry, this was good. So we have 10th.
Neither, but thank you.
Okay, Storm. Okay, so August 9th was the calm before the storm. Because August 10th was the storm. Because what the storm was back in 1790.
I actually can't be broke. The reason being is because I have a guaranteed check coming in for the rest of my life because I'm a disabled combat veteran. So I cannot physically be broke. There's always a check coming. Even if I go to prison, they just reduce it and take some of my living expenses out, but I still get a check.
Me too. When the French, when they stormed the palace of Tuileries, and that's when France's monarchy went to a republic. So it's pretty cute. And that was on August 10th. Now remember, it's map made throughout time. So you have to look at specific dates. And
never be so stupid. Never be so stupid to come into a live chat that clearly has multiple second delays, and then say, the person talking right now. Oh, no, I mean now. Oh, wait, over here. Wait, that guy. No, the other one.
And you have this. Go ahead and put that there. Oh, put the black cube on that one, huh? That's ballsy right there.
She's very confused.
So the storm is on the red cube right here. Okay, that's August 10th. All right. Then we have the rest of the week. The green one, August 15th. That happens to be the day of the infamous letter. Albert Pike, Giuseppe Mazzini, outlining all 3 world wars. It's the 150th anniversary. But also, it's the 50th anniversary.
You're not listening because you're dumb. I'm a disabled combat veteran. The federal government, no matter what you think of me or call me or accuse me of, the federal government sends me a check every month until I fucking die.
Of President Nixon putting us back on taking us off the gold standard. Again. We already taken off it before. He did.
So you could have your menstrual cycle right here in front of all of us. I went and fought for that, and that's your right to have, but it fucked me up on the way.
The second time. So it's like, how long have we been playing this? You know? For him to do it in this 50-year anniversary on Sunday, it's like, yeah, this Sunday coming up, by the way. So now we have that, 15th. Then we have, birthdays on, oh, by the way, happy birthday to, whose birthday is it? What's today? It was somebody's birthday today in the chat. And what is it? Yeah, her birthday's today.
All right, guys.
And
she's had her warning.
And Catherine Ruder's
Have at it.
birthday is this week.
Everybody's birthday. Because then her birthday's today. And then in 2 weeks, exactly, on the 25th, is my 45th. Yeah, I know, 45, right?
Candies.
Just saying. Oh, so is it her birthday too?
Yep, her birthday is on the 18th.
I mean, on the 25th. So her birthday is on the following Wednesday. So we're celebrating like every Wednesday. Yeah. Shh, don't let her know we know. We know though. We know. What to do with it? We'll get like a happy birthday banner back here, and we'll make like a big. She'll be like, "Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed."
Well, I won't be here next week. Candy will be here. I'm going back to my sister's.
Oh, okay, right on.
But if you guys come on, then I'll most likely pop on and say hi to everybody.
You have to then. You have to be like, "Hey, hi, friends." So then we have, because the following Wednesday after.
Are you making fun of him because he's done that before? Where he's like, "Hey, girl, you're a bad bitch." You guys remember that one when he was doing tarot card readings and telling you how to be a stronger woman?
5th birthday is September 1st. Now, there's our, because remember we talked about like it's right here. Okay, so what we have here. Okay, now remember how like the whole 11/11 and 11/11/18 and all this. So what we figured out is that 9/11 this year, which we happen to put the.
I think if they took some of his worst takes, some of his crazier rants, some of the stupid shit he's done, and put it on like a PSA for while not to smoke copious amounts of methamphetamine allegedly, I think it'd be a lot better.
The black cube on, kind of creepy. That right there it's the 20th anniversary for 9/11 this year. Okay, so now you think how we could just make,
much like you have a mental disability, I have a physical disability. That's the problem.
Because math all works.
That's how it works.
And it's not because math works. It's just because everything is mathematically impossible for things to not be a coincidence. So
everything's mathematically impossible for things not to be a coincidence. Well, so this is a pet peeve I have of everybody that says it. It depends on what you consider a coincidence. Some of the stuff is made up. Some of the stuff is not related. Some of the stuff you just assume or lie or change the facts to make it a coincidence. And math very rarely predicts random coincidences if they're not involving the same exact people and narrative. It has to be like a coincidence about the exact same thing, not just a coincidence about America in 2020. Like that's not how it happens.
With it being the 20th anniversary, which anniversary did we say that August 15th was with Nixon? Right? It's the 50th anniversary, right? But it's the 150th anniversary for the whole Pike Mazzini letter, right? But then we could add that 20 years in from the whole 9/11.
That's cool, Huntsman.
9/11 now, that'd be 100.
I like the 45 pop-up sites. I run those when I run optics.
70-year anniversary, but that would also be 70-year. Because remember, time's a construct. We could add, subtract whatever we want because that's how they've been doing the calendar. They've been screwing around the calendar for us since then. Because if you look at all the different religions, well, especially religions, how is it that the religions are in control of the calendars? See, and that's where we're going to go into a place where it's just a wee bit fucked up. Well, not just a wee bit, it's just like fully blown fucked up. And it's more or less like why all this is going on. Because what religion is based off of. And I know that it's one of those that, some people be like, well, you shouldn't, talking about stuff like that. It's like, I don't care. Because if people want the truth, that's what we have to bring, right? We have to bring what we find and present it. So that being said, what we have to say tonight, probably, if you have little ears around, you might want to put those little ears away.
Oh, it's not good for children. Don't let your kids watch, guys.
Listen to it later, like maybe 2 years.
I try to be family friendly, but not this one.
I mean, not old enough. I mean, not mature enough, because after reading some of this, it's like immaturity came out like full blown. It's like, oh my God, is this fucking stupid? But yeah, let's just say dick jokes abound. Dick jokes abound. A lot of them coming in.
What?
So we have the 20-year anniversary. So 20. So we have the 20, right? Well, what's our delta? So our delta is 4 because D equals 4. Now, if we were to subtract 20 minus 4, what number do we get? We get 16. So 16, when we go back and we look at the calendars drops everything. Go to post 16, right? They start talking about hold on a second. I got to shut this
Mark.
because everybody's just.
You got him. Ooh, Jesus, he's struggling. He's struggling to stay focused on anything.
I don't know why I'm even. Let's just say we just won't go there tonight because it seems like everybody's just spouting off different things that aren't half truths and just it's not worth it. So we have post 16. Well, we have the 16, 20 minus 4, 16. So post 16, they talk about the MAGA promise. How Friday, Saturday, he's going to make it on the MAGA promise.
MAGA promise. Here's
the thing: is that September 10th and September 11th are in fact Friday and Saturday. So now the MAGA promise that he wanted to make, come to fruition, is it so much the 9/11? Because remember the 9/11 working group, it's MG 911 working group. Now that was in the whole packet of Nothing Can Stop What Is Coming, and when you look at the Q drops, it mentions Nothing Can Stop What Is Coming, and then it gives you a link that you can click onto. Now, we printed all of it and we went through it, and
that's right, Doug's daddy.
The whole bridge, bridge 1, bridge 2, and that's actually included in it. That's how we already know what they're doing with that, what it means, what that whole.
Couldn't he have just gotten a whiteboard calendar app that even had that text package where he could have just typed it in and like put it up here to where people could actually see? You can't see anything on this motherfucker.
Nothing Can Stop What Is Coming is that
I know it's hard when you're on your fucking fourth glass rose hit in the Walmart parking lot, just getting all keyed up to run inside and buy everything you need. To avoid the whiteboard section. I know the markers smell good, the whiteboards feel good against your fucking cheek. I know, I understand. But man, if you could have resisted just a little bit longer and just got a free program that people could actually see, that would have been awesome.
Actually, this massive, massive group of people that are basically they're building the narrative for us. This whole thing is a simulation, like no joke simulation. Thing is that remember they say remember learn how to play the game. This is not a game. All this. Well, what if we did remember as a collective on how to play, and it all came back to us as we all came together. And then the more we archived offline, the more we built the narrative from our memory. So that's the thing is that that post 16 Friday and Saturday he's going to make good on his promise. Well, just say it. Like, well, what if? So, remember with RV and Sarah, Sarah. Okay, just gonna mention this once. So, any questions leading up to this? Just you don't even have to because I can't go in deeper in this. So we'll just go into this. So we have the 15th, August 15th. So the 16th would be a perfect day for them to release the RV if they wanted to, right? Because then you give ample amount of time for the whole revaluation and everything for everybody to turn their stuff and everything. And then on September 11th, it'd be a perfect day for the release of the NG 911 working group. Because what would that mean? The NG, Nasera Jacera, 911, 9/11 working group, we got this. It's almost as if they're using little acronyms to show us that they had this all along. Because with it being this whole week too, this whole week right here.
Okay.
It was the week before this, the mirrored last Monday through Friday. The House Representatives, they actually win the special sessions. So was it the second? No, it was in the end of January. Not January, July. Last week of July. So starting the Monday, last week of July, and it went all the way through the 31st. Was it? Yeah, the 31st was on a Friday. So 31st was on a Friday, and then the 30th was on a. How did that work? The 31st. 7th. Yeah, 31st was on Friday. But then, so the Thursday and Friday, the last 2 days of July, was 30th and 31st.
Done burned up my calculators, used my notebook, and all my pencils need sharpened, smoked 2 joints, drunk 12 beers, and my D is still bigger than you, and I'm smarter than you, and you're full of shit. You got me.
You add them up. You take 7 plus 3 equals 10.
That's right, Mark.
7 plus 3 plus 1 equals 11.
You're on a roll tonight, brother.
There's your 777. Same thing here. So
777. Of course.
In August, right? Now
777.
You have it was the 20th and 21st. Right? The Friday and Saturday, right? So and it's always the Friday and Saturday. So the Friday is 8:20. It's 8 plus 2 is 10. 8 plus 2 plus 1 is 11. 10 plus 11 is 21. 777. Then it's well, what the hell's going on with this? Well, then we drop down to September, right? Month 9, 10th, and 11th. 9 plus 1 is 10. 9 plus 1 plus 1 is 11. 10 plus 11 is 21. But also, 9/11 is a special day as well, especially 9/11/21 this year. So now we have 9/11 is the 11th day of September, right? But also, the 9 plus 1 plus 1 is 11. So there's your time, you're 11/11. Like they say, it's always going to be like a parade, right? You're 11/11/18. Well, the thing is that remember, it's our 20-year anniversary, right, of 9/11. So now, remember, our delta is 4, right? So if you're going in one way in time, our delta would be 4. 4 years ahead, 4 years behind. But
makes sense.
An issue. We've been jumping throughout time
in some strange way.
So you have to take the delta and you have to cut it in half again. You have to make it a beta. So you have 2 plus 2 is 4. So you have to just go with the 2. So 11/11/18, the parade. If it's the 20-year anniversary and we subtract our 2 years from it being our beta, which of course is the half of half of our delta, you do come up with our 11/11/18 for a parade. So 11/11/18, the parade.
Sorry, I'm making sure the Odyssey thing's set up for different things for the live stream to go through.
You also have 9/11/21. So you have 9 plus 1 plus 1 is 11. 11 plus 21 is 32, which is a mirror of 23 pain, which we also have that in here where we found that. And also with the 21, you have the 777, and then you have the 11. So everything's 7s and 11s. It just everything is just, it's all math. The thing is, like, people can lie to you. They can bullshit you everything. Numbers, they never lie.
So what would the 11s and 7s be, and what are they related to?
Well, now when it comes down to the whole 7s and 11s, we have the 7s, in which case with President Trump, remember the 777, because they have it in all the numerology, and you can actually look up, what was it? I'm trying to think which site it was. Writingthebeast.com. And when you put something in like a number, and you put like the numerology of the meaning of number 7, and then what you do is you look for the Writing the Beast site, and they'll have like a bunch of different
You can tell people who's clearly never been to the show because they think they can rattle my cage about something so trivial. No, thanks for the advertisement. By the way, if you want to support us on our journey as we lose our house, so you can do that at GoFundMe.com or exclamation. Here's the link. You probably need it, don't you? Uh-oh, inbound. Cold Beer Fund. Kelly.
Every time you play Jason Q, my psychologist charges me double the next day.
Oh no. Don't be going in there and telling them what you heard on Jason Q. They will lock you up. Kelly Simonis, thank you very much. Or Kellen Simonis. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, but something so trivial doesn't bother me. Look, I've dedicated my life to this country, and it took so much fucking away from me. My ability to earn income, my ability to work, my ability to have any fucking patience, leave this house some days. Some days I can't leave my fucking house. I had a real issue with that, and that's why it took me, 12 years to get on fucking disability. Because I thought people deserved it more. And there are people who deserve it more. But just because I got mine, I didn't take it from nobody else. It was mine. They had it set aside for me. They know they fucked me up. All the doctors testified they fucked me up. So it's mine. I didn't take nobody else's.
Well, what is this? What does this have to do with? Like, there's so many different avenues that they go down with these different sites. Like, there's some that are like, puppy dog rainbow, all that kind of, well, that's not garbage. It's like happy stuff. But let's face it, we want the doom and gloom and dark shit because it's just not a fucking another data leak. Awesome. Pricks. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that back up because we go. Okay. So with all this being said, is that, the numerology, it's all like different, they go down different, like avenues and different parts of history to lure us in, to try to get us to look through the past, because everybody's wanting to look forward. What's coming up? I don't care what the past is. Just tell us what's going to happen. It's like, okay, so it's
actually the 13th is the date that's listed on the letter. But It was just a certified letter. If they really want me out that bad, they can either give me my time to try to finish what I'm doing to get out of here, or they can take me to court and have me evicted. That's how evictions work in the state of Tennessee.
Nobody cares what's about to happen. Nobody should care what's about to happen, because
Thank you very much for that, Kelly.
What they want us to do is they want us
And
to
don't get locked up, please.
look throughout history to actually rectify the problems coming up now, so we don't make the same decisions now as we did back then to keep us in this perpetual just shithole.
Yeah.
They want us to learn from our mistakes. Then people are like, well, why do we have to do everything twice? It's like, because we didn't learn the first time. So if we learn twice now, if they do it again, one after another, well, there's our history. History is doomed. Those who failed from history to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. So if we go through it really quick 2 times, then we actually learn what happened, how to fix it, and to go forward. That's all they want. So, and plus it's the circle of fifths. That's what the 80, 20, 60, 40 is. It's all fifths. That's not how much knowledge we're going to release, or 80% or 20%. Is to show us that you have...
Nope, not according by court papers. The only thing I've ever said is certified letter, which is the first step in the process.
Vibration, sound, frequency.
Right, I'm going to jump ahead some.
At the Parkland Police Department, right? And try to tell them, say, hey,
oh God, Parkland.
There's somebody here shooting. What do we do? Well, then you would think it's just going from them to the Parkland Police Department, right? It's just one thing, right? Well, what they do is they actually, these man-in-the-middle attacks, they have people that are on site, these teams, and that they intercept the comms from Parkland, the school, and they intercept it. And then
That's it.
Go ahead and make comms to the police department from what they said. So it's like a man in the middle. So it's like they're not saying that, they're saying they're on site, but then again they're saying that, oh well, this is what's happening. So changing the narrative of what's really happening from what's at the school to the police by being the man in the middle. So they're changing everything. So that's why they actually stood down at Parkland. The cops didn't go in. They said, oh, well, they stood down and they were letting them shoot. It's like, it's not they were letting them shoot. They were stood down in the middle. The man in the middle attacks, they made them stand down. It's just like they did in Benghazi and all this other shit. They had Susan Rice was the man in the middle attacker there. She turned around and she called them back because they were on their way. They were on their way to Benghazi to rescue the Stevens and all them and Tyrone Woods and all that. And they were heading there. They were called back by Susan Rice. That dude. That's the same dude that had his dick out on the couch with Obama way back in the day with that bushy ass mustache.
That dude.
That's Susan Rice.
Seems like an accusation there, huh?
That was funny. But nobody knows what Jesus looks like.
Right?
Nobody does. It's not that one that person in the picture. Not at all. That's Caesar Borgia. He's just some Jesuit. Him and his buddy, this Miko Netta, there's some just high-powered Catholic assassins. And then what was it? He was Leonardo da Vinci's gay lover, but also he was screwing his sister. So it's definitely just all kinds of fucked up there.
Well,
all kinds of screwed up.
Anyone who does the screwing to kids is not going to hesitate to do their mom, their pop, their sis, their cousin, their dog.
Ooh.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Not at all.
So remember when you said higher order of thinking?
Yes.
Mind a scripture. And that scripture is Isaiah 55. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. The question I have is that truth, or is that deception?
As in his thoughts not being our thoughts, or just what do you mean?
I'm just finding myself questioning everything especially about the Bible, because I don't know what has been turned against us and what hasn't.
Yeah, and when it comes to the Bible, that's why for me, it's, of course people are going to say, "Oh, look, he's satanic." Stop being stupid about this. That's people just want to jump on that. If you don't side with the Bible, then you're satanic. It's like, who do you think wrote the fucking Bible, you idiots? It's like, who? The Vatican.
Oh, if you believe religion, it was, man wrote it, but inspired by God directly, right? He gave them the words. He worked through their hands, through their pens, while they wrote the Bible.
The Vatican wrote it. They took the Bible. What they did was it was a bunch of parables from the past,
Nice little cork on the bottom.
Actually took it and started
That's right.
deciphering it. Because if you're going like Sumerian text, well, they took it from what? Cuneiform text to old Akkadian writings to Sumerian to Assyrian. I mean, all the way down. And they had to just they had to find translators. And all it is it's just translated. It's how did this translate? Well, yeah, that's good enough. That's close enough. It's like, boy, if you only knew that people are just gonna think that this Bible walks on water too. But no, it doesn't. None of it does. It's that Osapi, the OAHSPE, that one from 1881, that one holds more merit than the other one, in my eyes, because that one goes over all 26,000 years. This one doesn't even, it's what, that thick? That's it? And then you have what, King James version, or this version, that version. It's like, so you're going to read something that a king in this realm took a book and rewrote. And
oh, by the way, thank you guys for all the new subscribers. We're coming up. This is the backup channel, of course, but we're getting close to 1,000. I think we're like at 940 now. We just need 60 more. We'll probably get it before this band's over, which is awesome. Thank you guys.
That's good. It's like, should the Bible, if the whole Bible, if it's one story for one time and that's it, it's all truthful, then why are there so many versions of it?
That makes sense.
The truth only has one version. That's it.
There you go.
Bullshit. That's it.
You got them now, right where you want them, Jason. Fix the Bible.
People sit here and it's like they feel that they have to like believe and worship in somebody outside of themselves. No. It's like, God is within all of us. The problem is that you have to pretty much like use it as a sense of like, not of ego. Like, just because, if we're all God, well, then you can't run around and say, oh, well, then I'm God, so I could do it. It's like, guys, we're all collectively, we're God. All collectively as one. Everything's within us. Everybody's looking on the outside. They want to grab onto something on the outside to help them. Why can't you help yourself? What is so hard about that? It's because we've been told and just brainwashed into thinking that we have to find somebody on the outside to fix ourselves. No, you don't. You unfuck yourself, your mental state, your damn self. You don't need anybody else.
Your damn self.
Yeah. Instead of going to these churches and saying, oh, well, this priest said this, this priest said that. Yeah. Well, in between that priest saying that, he's gonna have a little boy dick in his mouth too. So who do you want to believe now? Because that's all I believe in. Because I think it's right here.
That does not sound good coming from your side, Jason. Just saying.
I keep the children reading out.
Maybe it's me. Maybe it's my sensitive hearing.
Bible cock and all that. It just. Yeah, no, that's what I said.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, you're not going to love it after this. Very much.
Well, it's funny.
It is. The thing is, like everything in religion, it's all based off this. Like seminaries. It's like, yeah. Now we know.
Oh my God. Seminaries? That's what we're going with?
The thing is, it's like people. The problem with it all is that they're brainwashing the kids into believing that boys can have kids, boys can give birth, and all. It's like, what? I mean, that's not even biologically even feasible. It's like, I don't understand where this whole schooling's going wrong. It starts in colleges and all that because it all goes backwards. It starts in higher learning, and then what they do is they're the ones that are teaching the ones that are going to teach the kids what to believe. So then they're brainwashing those kids, and then they go ahead and let them become teachers coming through. Because who chooses the teachers? It's like, oh, well, this one has a degree. It's like, you don't think that, these universities, they have a list of, well, this one's going to be obedient. This one's going to be, not so much. This one's not going to, this one's going to teach just, off the wall shit. And those ones don't get hired.
Well, of course they do. I remember one doctor telling me that was written in my chart that I was I
don't think schools is your best argument, because don't we claim from this side of the schools are like indoctrinating people and changing kids' outlooks and telling them the wrong things about this and that?
That
I don't think schools bode well for you, man.
They use a different term, but it's like that.
Like a nonconformist?
Somebody won't conform, right?
Yeah.
And I was a troublemaker. They wrote that in my file. So of course they do.
They always choose the teacher's pets. The ones that always follow every rule, every law that they say.
Who will submit?
Yep. Submission, yep. It's wrong. It's just,
So
look
I'm looking for a link right quick.
Why can't you just be yourself? But we can't. They don't want us to. Because if we're all ourselves, basically, that means that you're thinking outside the box. They don't want you. They want to restrict everything you're learning, and that's what's so important about Q. That's this whole cult we're in. Cult 45, and
that's it. Cult 45. You got it.
To learn what to learn, but they're not pointing us saying, "Well, this is the truth." They point us in a general direction and say, "Okay, you guys go find the truth." Like that shiny red ball, they're like, "Here." But then when they throw that shiny red ball, that answer might not come true for another year. That's why they have us going back and rereading the drops, like constantly rereading. So it's ingrained in our minds. Like you have your post 520, your post 1143, your different post 16 that is in your mind that you are just brainwashed with. That you're like, okay, well, 520 is like think big, think bigger, think biggest, and all that. And that's when they introduce the whole emphasis mind. Because when they put a colon in front of anything written, it's like the emphasis put on that wording right there. So it's like, she said that. It's like, how people can talk like this. Like you're like, it's not like you're saying it monotonous, but you're like, it'll be like, well, Ostara said, or Katie said this, and then I have a colon, but Kid said, so it's like what Katie said, and then, but Kid said this. It's like going to be totally not conforming to what she said, but it's going to be
I
like.
was trying to find Jay Reese's channel. I don't know if he's taking it down or what. I can't find it, which I'm not subscribed to it on this account, but I was still looking. I was going to drop the link for the music.
It's almost like a rhetorical question built into grammar.
That makes sense.
So it's definitely fun.
Circling back to what you were saying.
Retrograde.
About the teachers.
Yes.
And then I brought up about those who have negative written in the charts. Same teachers. I just saw on briefing that they are now going to be requiring all teachers to either be tested weekly or get that. So, and then my husband comes home and he says, "Wonder if trouble's brewing." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Well, just got a phone call from the boss, and the companies are now requesting that only servicemen will go out if they are that." And I'm like, oh, so now this is two different.
Oh, that was another thing I was supposed to look up. Somebody said the Marine Corps Commandant. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Thank you, whoever just dropped that. Yeah, there he is. I was spelling it right. I don't know why it wouldn't pop up in search. Anyways, here is, if you like the music, there is the YouTube channel for the guy who makes all the music that appears on the show. And then, of course, you guys know about King Carson. He's a good dude, too. Thanks for all you do. I appreciate it. Wami Hab it to you. Habit to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. $25. Oh, no, I'm sorry. How much was it? That didn't refresh. It was the coffee. You bought me 6 packs. That's why I didn't refresh over there. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. There's Jay Reese's link. I wanted to look up, somebody said that the Marine Corps Commandant, that was 6 packs. Thank you very much. Had refused the, that they weren't going to do it. That's $30. Let's see. U.S. troops refusing. Pentagon holds off on camera press briefing. Refuse for military members on a new plan. What happens if they refuse? Let's see if I can spell commandant. It seemed to be like everybody was talking about the other day. I actually spelled it pretty close. It's got to have the word commandant in it. So let me change the search parameters. Hold on. Sergeant Major Marine Corps, Public Reserves, Marines who climb religions being punished for refusing anthrax. Justice prevails in his case. Marine Commandant Berger tested. Shots in the arms. No Marines Corps didn't rebuff Pelosi's request. DOD. I don't see it right offhand, but I'm sure it's here somewhere. I'm just missing it. That's all right. You guys can watch the video. I'll keep looking.
2 different parts of. Oh God, I'm not thinking right.
2 different parts, 2 different
employments.
Yes.
Yeah. two different employments that are being targeted. And then the question came up, are they finding those who are truths? But then I don't know if that's right either, because some people are still asleep. So what's your input on that? Because I would really appreciate hearing about it.
Well, with them, they're targeting like different like jobs, like a teacher or whatever you do. If a corporation or company is telling you that you have to get this in order to have employment, quit. If everybody walks out, what do you have now? You have a shell corporation. Nobody's there. I mean, if people knew what this shot was doing, everybody would quit. But the problem is that nobody knows. Well, why is it just an experimental shot? What happened to all the animals that they gave this to? Why'd they all die? I mean,
FDA approved.
Yeah. And what's the push for this? Why not cancer? Why not anything like that? Why not anything that really does kill people?
Cancer. Let's just cure cancer. Oh, they already cured it. They're just holding on to it. That makes sense.
Why has it been how many years and they still haven't found something for cancer?
Because they developed it. In 1970, the Defense Appropriation Act.
That's what I keep hearing. I just can't find a press release on it.
Right.
But this whole big pharma.
I found a social media post of him getting it. But I can't find and him advising other people. I think we might have an update. Says Facebook post says General David H. Berger said no mandatory vaccinations for my Marines. False. General David Berger did not push back against COVID-19 vaccine mandate for Marines. General Berger didn't say this. The quote originated on a website that had previously published the false claims and features a disclaimer on the site that it contains humor, parody, and satire. Damn it. Don't tell me that's... It came from Real Raw News. God damn it. We all know Real Raw News is full of shit. Marines rebuke DefSec, no mandatory vaccines for my Marines. Marine Corps General David H. Berger on Monday rebuked Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's edict requiring, because he's got a picture on his official Twitter account of not only him taking it, but him telling everybody that if they're all eligible Marines need to take it, this is our best way to combat this, blah, blah, blah. And he doesn't say anything about it. But this is from Real Raw News, dude. I thought that was actually a win for us. I heard it on Liberty's channel yesterday. I thought it was actually a win for us, but it doesn't look that way.
It's F-A-R-M-A, pharma. We're the livestock.
Exactly.
And the cattle and all that. And who calls us that? The Jews. The Jews call us the Goyim. We're the cattle. That's why this whole thing, people automatically, they think, oh, well, here he goes with Jews again. It's like, because
here he goes. He hates juice. Orange juice, apple juice, mixed berry, Capri Sun, Sunny D. He hates juice. He hates juice. Guys, I cannot find that from a legitimate source. The only source I can find, the originating source is Real Raw News. Now, maybe I'm just missing it because I didn't research well. But I honestly thought that was a win for us. I was showing it to prove it. Like, I wasn't trying to dismiss it or blah, 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 and it still kept popping up. Maybe somebody can find me a better source that doesn't ultimately link back to Real Raw News or some other satire website. But Real Raw News is full of shit every time they open their fucking mouth. They cover the tribunals, and they cover special forces going in and kicking Hillary in the back of the head and shit like that. Like, I honestly thought I was covering it as a win because I think choice is very important.
Our enemy. That's it. They're the ones that hate us. They're the ones that are doing
Damn it.
Wouldn't you guys wake the fuck up and understand there's the Jews that are doing this to us? You're not gonna go in your 23andMe bullshit and say, well, I'm 5% Ashkenazi Jew. How in the hell are they going to tell you that you're a religion in your genetics, in your genomes?
Oh. I'm assuming it's going to be coming from a time period. Is going to be coming from a location and a time period at the exact same time, because there were places that were almost 99.99999% like Ashkenazi Jews at the time, and if you're born at that time with that DNA sequence that only originated at that time, then they would say that you're that. I mean, you don't have to follow the religion, but that's where you came from. Let's see. A 2006 study at Barr et al., based on high-resolution analysis of haplogroup K, mtDNA, suggested about 40% of current Ashkenazi populations is descended matrilineally from just 4 women, or founder lineages, likely of mixed European and Middle Eastern origin. They concluded that these founder lineages have originated in the Middle East in the 1st and 2nd centuries CE, and later underwent expansion in Europe. Moreover, a maternal line sister was found among the Jews of Portugal, North Africa, France, and Italy, they wrote. Both the extent and location of the material ancestral demi, I don't know if I'm saying that right, demi, from which the Ashkenazi Jewry arose remain obscure. Here, using complex sequences of maternally inherited mitochondrial DNA, mtDNA, we show that close to 1/2 of Ashkenazi Jews, estimated at 8 million people, could be traced back to only 4 women carrying distinct mtDNAs. So there are distinct markers for that. It doesn't mean that you're part of that religion, but it just means that you come back from these 4 women that were part of this, the founding of it, basically.
Hey, Bear Man.
Hey, Bear Man, RL bought you 3 6-packs. Well, thank you for your service in the military and the grifter wars. I'd rather ride or die the man who speaks the truth than go over a cliff with. I'll see if I can find the rest of it. But thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I try to do my best, and I don't care. I hope everybody makes money if that's what they want to do on their YouTube channel and sells all kinds of merch and does everything, right? Go over the cliff with the crazy drug-fueled Nasara med bed salesman. Thank you very much, RL. I hope everybody makes money on their merch, their YouTube channel and stuff. The separation is, if you're lying and feeding false hope, especially when you know it's a lie and you know it's false hope and you know you're making it up to make money, that's a grifter. Now, I also have to cover people who are probably not grifters. They're just putting out false information. The reason we have to cover those is a segment we're going to talk about in a minute. It's very dangerous to be putting out false information. It causes people to make rash decisions. But the grifters, I think, are the ones who are making a profit with false information that they know is false, or that they purposely don't fact check or verify or go through or even Google it. That Marine thing, not blaming anybody on that, but I thought it had been checked and verified the way everybody agreed with it. And then one Google search, I can't find it, and then I go to false, like type in the Google search, then false, and of course it pops up instantly. It's all a big fucking internet fucking meme.
There's no such thing.
Thank you for the donation.
Genome. Nothing. Quit being fucking stupid. Quit calling these fucking Jews. You know what? I don't care if you just sit here. Well, this person's Jewish. Yeah, you're Jewish. Yeah.
Ish-ish. Kind of ish-ish.
Yeah. It's like, what do you think come up with
All right,
this?
I'm gonna skip ahead some. We by no means are gonna watch this whole show. Let me get to about the middle and see what's going on.
When I seen a video earlier today of when Cuomo stepped up. Wait, I'm hearing myself. Wait, okay, there, fixed it. So I heard when Cuomo stepped down, I seen in a video that they on the station that the person was watching, that they played the EBS emergency broadcast over when he was talking.
Is that your question?
I just wanted to see what Jason thought about that.
I never even heard of anything like that.
Yeah, it's on one video. Some one of my HBU friends posted. I'll send it to you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Yep.
Man, I really feel bad for that guy.
All right, so let's try the Galaxy again. See if you're connected this time.
Yeah, it's so what like Rajan said, or Rajan said. It says that General Berger telephoned the defense secretary minutes after he said in a press conference that it was needed to maintain military readiness and that he would enforce the mandatory policy regardless of the FDA approval. Overheard, direct quote, "There will be no mandatory for my Marines," he said. In a transcript of the call reviewed by Real Raw News, General Berger lambasted. They also get the transcripts of all the tribunals, the transcripts of all the radio information during the secret missions. They get the transcripts of everything. I don't know. This is another quote. In a transcript of the call, Austin branded him as a traitor. Under no circumstances will Marines be compelled to take potentially hazardous that the FDA won't even fully endorse. Berger told Austin, "You are a coward and a traitor manipulated by people pushing bad policy on the men and women who provide security to our nation. Neither you nor your puppet president has authority to enforce this." That's what General Berger told to him, the Commandant Berger. Austin argued that a mandatory have always been a requirement for soldiers enlisting in the armed forces. That's the same thing I said. Like, you don't really own your body when you're in there, or you can leave. As property of the U.S. government, have no right to decide whether or not they take it. The federal government and the President Biden would decide for them, Austin said. They're incapable of making informed decisions, so we, their leaders, make the big decisions they cannot. Austin said Biden and Harris are in charge, not individual soldiers. Then Austin got political. If conservatives and evangelicals see our fighting forces getting this, they'll be more likely to get it themselves, Austin said. The general said it was unfair to compare established protocol with products that was rushed to market. He called the CDC and Dr. Fauci corrupt, and he's going way too far. Why is he mentioning Fauci? Why is he mentioning the CDC? Like, he's going way too far. If he was going to say this, he would just say, "I don't think it's a good idea. We're not going to follow this policy. You can remove me, but we're not going to follow it." He wouldn't go out and say, "I like this guy, but I don't like that guy, and this guy lied to me once, and this is the reason." That's not the way it happens. If someone dies, you say it was Cove. There's a refusal to admit it carries side effects that can include death in certain individuals. I'm not a physician. These are all quotes, not me, YouTube. "I'm not a physician. I'm the Secretary of Defense for Joseph R. Biden. I follow orders," Austin retorted. In case you haven't, it's written like a novel. In case you haven't heard, Biden's not in charge of the military, and neither are you. You can sell whatever lies you want to the media. You sold your soul, Lloyd, and I hope you can live with yourself, said General Berger. General Berger said he had the support of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and would implore them to ignore unlawful orders coming from an illegitimate administration. If a soldier wants it, fine. If not, he's not rolling up his sleeves. If you try to forcibly do it, even one of my Marines, you'd better come armed, General Berger said as he slammed the phone down. In a statement Monday afternoon, Biden said he strongly supports Austin's messages that he is eager to see the vaccinations added to the battery of vaccination soldiers receive upon joining the military. So yeah, it's the same as the tribunals. It's like really, really, really drama. It's not, you wouldn't get all that, right? You wouldn't get the retorted, and he thought to himself as he slammed his phone down, "Oh, and you're not even the real president, huh?" Like, of course it's Real Raw News. Damn it. I wish I'd have seen the article before I made that statement. That's what I get for fucking trusting people. Damn it.
Okay, goodbye. Adam was next.
You doing okay, Jay?
Nothing.
Okay. Asked to unmute.
All right, here we go.
How you doing, Adam?
Oh, there's your boy Adam.
What up?
He was in the Flat Earth series. He just didn't say anything.
What's your question?
My question is, Jason.
No, not Real Raw News didn't get me. Well, I guess in a roundabout way. I saw it on another channel, and they weren't even acting like it was disputed or rumor. Like, a Marine called in and said, "Hey, by the way, good for," they said, "Hey," the guy was a Marine that called in, and they said, one of the hosts said, "Hey, by the way, good for you. I saw what General Berger did, the Marine Corps Commandant. That's awesome. Way to stand up. He's a good dude. Knew the Marines would do it first. Now, if we could just get the Army to agree." They didn't lay it out like all this. If I'd have read that article, I'd have called bullshit immediately.
Why do you think there's so much sunlight consecutively in Alaska?
Because right now, the solar simulator is always pushed to the north. If you notice, it's not drifting south. It's not going from Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn. It's still staying north. For some reason, it's not drifting south to where the longest days of the year, June 21st, 22nd, 23rd, is supposed to be up there, and that's supposed to start going right back to where it drifts down.
Oh, God.
So what happens?
This doesn't make any sense.
A complication with either the column,
oh, God, here we are.
That's what produces our heat. And between the solar simulators above us, in which case they're not in tandem. They're not moving together. So that it's staying light in Alaska way longer because Alaska is on a flat Earth, It's right towards the middle, and then you have the column. Yeah, you have the solar simulator.
The exchange with Berger is so overwrought that it could be white hat disclosure to those who are sleeping. Does anyone here agree? I'm thinking no, but maybe.
Going above that whole just north of that Tropic of Cancer. So if it's going around the Tropic of Cancer, it's giving that light. It's making the light in Alaska a little bit longer because as it goes around that circular motion, well, it's still giving light to Alaska because the closer you are to the center to where that is, well, the more sun you're going to see. That's why they say like.
So apparently, because it's up here, I guess that they're getting the longer days. But is Australia or Mexico City or anywhere else getting any light at all, buddy? The hell are they doing? Are they just in the dark? Australia, is it dark 24 hours a day, 7 days a week there? I know we got some people who watch from Australia. I don't think it is. So here would be Alaska on the U.S. So if the solar simulator's up here and doing this is what they claim, then it'd be getting so much light up here. But it doesn't seem like that could overcome this distance and also have, right now, at all times, there is exactly 50% of the Earth light and 50% of the Earth dark. Exactly. So how do they explain the dark and the lightness? This explains the seasons, right? But here's the problem. The sun never speeds up or slows down, okay? It always takes the same amount of time to cross the sky, no matter if it's more north or more south. If it's summer here or winter here, it takes the same amount of time to cross the sky, right? The speed at which it's traveling across the sky. If it's up here and moving at a certain rate, are you trying to say that when it goes out here, where it would have to make a bigger circle, that it moves faster to keep up with the way it moves across the sky here? Because right here, if you're moving at 1 mile an hour, and let's say this is 1,000 miles, it would take you 1,000 hours. If you're moving out here at 1 mile an hour, and this is 100,000 miles, look how much bigger that circle is. Then it would take you 100,000 hours. Doesn't make much sense. How do you explain that? Is somebody put it in high gear?
It's light here for, 23 hours a day or whatever. It's because that's where it goes. It just has a reset, that whole solar simulator goes up there and then it does its rotation because it's a faster rotation the closer you are to the center of anything. Mm-hmm. If it goes like around here where we think that, okay, well, it goes around here and it stays light longer and then it goes around. It doesn't go around some big globe. It just goes around a piece of paper. Like say you had a circle, okay? And then, let's see. Center, and then, one second, this. Because, in all honesty, how many suns do we have? How many solar simulators? There's way more than one at work. Way more than one.
Oh, God. Of course there is.
That's that whole solar warden. They monitor it and they take care of which ones are being moved at what times. And so now with this, Alaska, I put it as an A and then a dotted line. And with the, let's see, equator, and then we'll put equator in there. So then we have here is, okay, see how we have a circle in the middle, like the whole expand your thinking. So with the circle, the center, I put center in the circle one, and I put A as Alaska. So the dotted line, if you see how the dotted line is, so you put something on there, like the solar simulator, and you had to go around that track, right? Well, it's going to be you're going to have a lot more daylight due to the fact that, number one, up north, it's normally cold, right? I mean, it's frigid, freezing, whatever. But the daylight, you're not getting the heat from the daylight. You're getting the heat from below you. So with the daylight, it going around here, once it gets to like this point right here, well, like right here, you're still seeing some form of light in Alaska. You're getting like a refractive light. So you're still getting light with it going on this way. You know, it goes around. Whatever. So there's a dotted line. It's going around. So it's like there's the equator, and then we'll put Antarctica as the big ring. Well, once we drift down further, it's like, well, that's why our days are so much longer, because it's going around in a tighter circle up north. Well, then it starts drifting back down south to where you have
but it would have to change speeds.
Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. So
either it would be longer than the days would be longer than 24 hours, or you would have to change speeds of the sun, but it always travels across the sky at the same speed.
Below the equator. So then that solar simulator goes around that. So like right now, they're working on way different solar simulators. It's like you're gonna have one down south, you're gonna have one up here. Because one up here, I mean, the sun still, it says rises, whatever the fuck they want to call it, but it's still on its track right here, right through the windows. I see it every morning. It just comes through here, just right around, stays up north. People are like, oh, but it's east and west. It's like it's northeast to northwest. It's already August. It should be already over here. It should be drifting down into where it hits the Tropic of Capricorn.
Already over here? That seems pretty exact.
You're late.
Pretty exact there, Jason.
Just want us to look up. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get us to, stop looking down and look up. Everything's above us. It's just crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah. I just wanted to put it in case, somebody didn't understand or anything like that. Just give a drawing of it and just say, yeah.
All right. So I guess these will be the last two.
And we can auction that drawing off for some gypsy tears.
Bill's next.
I'm going to get with Kelly and ask her.
I love their explanations, but they just don't make sense.
Set up.
The blog talk?
The what talk?
Blog talk?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I forgot how much it is, but it's something we could definitely work on and go with. Yeah.
All right. So
how's it going, Bill?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, what's going on?
I got a question. Today, the EBS when it went off, did you happen to see the banner that went across the top of the television?
Let's see how they wrap this one up, because I got some other stuff to go on to.
writingthebeast.com on Jason's page at the WordPress. So just go to services, scroll down, you'll see Jason, and click it, and you'll see everything he suggests.
And also with the shirts, because we got the last of them in. Well, not the last of them, but the ones that we ordered got in. So now, then people could actually choose which one, because I want to make sure that we got all of them in first, also, because then what they get to choose what kind of, because you have to have the sizes, right? And for me, see, when it comes to women, I know what I can and can't ask. Okay, I'm not gonna ask your age. I'm not gonna ask your size. Just not gonna do it. I'm not that dumb. So if it's a woman, it's like, well, if you want a shirt, it's like, just make it easy on me and just say whatever size. I don't care what size anybody is. It doesn't matter. It's just a vehicle. That's all it is. So
right.
I'm not gonna ask it. Just
I can ask it for you. I can get away with it easily.
And they would fuck.
I can do it too.
Like I told Kelly, I'm like, man, it's like there's certain things you want to ask. It's like, oh, that's one of them. But and it's like, don't be, don't be weird out or anything. That's just, let me know. And then, because we have some darker shirts, lighter shirts, and all that. And if you want tank top and stuff like that, just we'll have we have racerback tank tops and all that. But for the most part, we have some pretty cool shirts, because we got some from Adam Calhoun, Grunt Style, Tovahala.
Tovahala, never heard of that style.
Tovahala. Well, it's a brand. It's actually pretty fucking cool too. Then we got our We Not Me, and that's our website for that is it's justsaynotego.com. And that's the one that's like, I would say, I guess you could say, Blackity Crazita, happy birthday. Bianchi, yeah. Not Bianchi. Damn, I'm like bad. Yeah, Bianchi. Happy birthday, Bianchi. And that justsaynotego.com, that's our I would say it's like our website shirt, but that's the We Not Me. That's where the whole We Not Me phrase, we came up with it. And one of our friends, just like, she wanted to take it and run with it and make shirts. But then she's like, well,
I haven't seen chili tonight. We're at the end of the video, which we didn't watch it all, but
go ahead and use it. So it's like, they have coffee mugs, shirts, long sleeve shirts, little kid shirts, like infant shirts and all that. It's like, it's pretty badass. And they're cheap too. They're like in the 20s. And it's just, it's one of those things where it just helps them too. So
that's true.
Yeah. So it's a good thing. It's all good.
Yes, it is.
And yeah, I think because I'm trying to think. I know that's one of those things right now. Just don't do it. Hot Twins too. We have our shirts from Hot Twins as well. So we got we have a pretty nice selection. So 2015. Well, not for long. Not for long. They're coming back. They're coming back because they didn't take a jab.
Yeah, they couldn't. They didn't make it.
Exactly. So they didn't take it, but the ones that did, it's like now they've learned, and when they come back, they'll be like, yeah, it's just. So,
I'm wondering, do you think that they left that early just so they wouldn't be enticed to? For some people, right? Kind of thinking of it in a certain positive aspect.
Let's see. You never know. Because we could, if it's positive that, like we say yes, it's like, well, that's good then, right? Might be positive. So yeah, why not? Yes. My answer: no, probably not. But hey, you know what? We're gonna go with it.
Yeah.
Just go for the time being, right?
For some people, it could have been that.
Yeah.
For others, they left early because they needed to have a whole lot more training. But then,
yeah, that's all it is. I mean, as long as we know that it's just one big circular, just one big learning.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no end game. You just go to another realm, go play another simulation.
Right.
Hey, Mark Rank just said they will announce tomorrow Biden has been arrested.
Well, if that is true, then that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, that would be even more amazing.
It's even more amazing that they already, it's like when they arrested Bill Gates. It's like you got the one that they didn't hang in India. It's like it's telling all the other people that are calling us crazy. They're like saying, "Oh, it's like, oh." It's like you make it look like we're shocked they got arrested. It's like you make it look like shocked because it took you so damn long to even realize it. It's like just say it. Say it with your chest. You want to say it. You want to say it. Say it. Sorry. There you go. It's like, why do we have to be the ones to say told you so? You gotta get them shirts to say sorry and put on the bottom and put their name and then put because I don't blame conspiracy theorists.
We should have a shirt saying an arrow saying I told them and they realized. Pointing to the person.
Yeah.
We've had so many comments that are just, we love this show. We just love, this is the show that I come to now all the time. People love it. And Joanne says this, sometimes, Jason, your personality reminds me of Beaver from Leave It to Beaver. And then
don't be so hard on the Beaver ward.
And then Abby says, this is an old home week. We've all grown since we've started together.
Right?
Yes.
Grown so much in our same conspiracy beliefs.
Even growing.
Damn, I thought I was closer to the end than this. Let's see.
Personal energy, then that's good enough for us too. It's all about sharing the love, being with each other. And that's why HVU is here, is to create that community of family.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not go against you at all. So please make sure that you do you first. You make sure that you're okay first.
Yep.
And then everything comes after that.
Yeah. And it's not even like there's no prerequisites, no nothing. Just, another one. It's more or less like we just want to help like everyone collectively within our group. Not so much within our group, but within our tribe. Because if we know other people are hurting, I mean, if there's those that can help, I mean, that's what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do agree.
It's something good, First arrest is gonna be Congress anyways. They've already been arrested.
Oh, yeah. I heard that Australia's Congress went on holiday, and then UK Congress went on holiday.
Yeah, if you notice, our Congress went on holiday too, and they put that big fence around it, big barbed wire. and they had all those military people inside of it. They brought the prison to them.
That's exciting. All right, so Jason, stay on with us for a little bit. I believe that.
All right, here we go. They're finishing up finally. So we had Flat Earth, we had Juice, we had the normal stuff. Let's go on over to Patriot Street Fighter. Actually, let's cover the main event. Let's cover the main thing I wanted to cover. That way, if we run out of time or whatever, I'll still get it covered. And it was the title sequence and stuff. So the reason I titled this the way I did was, what is the danger? I heard people say today, well, if you believe in dumbs and I don't, what's the difference? You know, what does it matter? Like, why can't we both agree on, we don't agree on this or we don't agree on that? Why can't we all agree on it? That's the danger is a lot of things. The fact that not everybody may be as stable as you. Not everybody may be able to take that information and pull out of it what they need to know and what they don't need to know. They may not be able to hold themselves back from taking certain actions. There's a lot of danger in it. Like I said, I mean, hell, we fucking lost a soldier yesterday over some shit that some people don't even believe exists. It clearly exists. Like, you might have your issues with taking a shot and stuff like that, but obviously it clearly exists, right? And one guy that I literally went to war with, I lost him over that. And there's people that don't believe it exists so much, they're stealing the stuff that some people want to take for it, right? Even if you have issue with it. So let's talk about some of the people who couldn't discern some of this stuff. Originally, we had, Ashley Babbitt was part of the movement. This article here comes from The Guardian. In late December, the incoming Vice President Kamala Harris tweeted about her plans for the first 100 days of the Biden administration. She promised to ensure Americans mask up, distribute 100 million shots, and get students safely back to school. Among the thousands of responses was an angry tweet from 35-year-old Air Force veteran in San Diego. "No, the fuck you will not," Ashley Babbitt replied to Harris. "No mask, no you, no Biden the kid rapper," but it doesn't say rapper. "No vaccines, sit your fraudulent ass down, we the people bitch," end quote. Babbitt wasn't just tweeting. She had a plan to fly out to Washington, D.C. the very next week and take part in a major public demonstration demanding that Donald Trump, not Joe Biden, be sworn in as president. Babbitt was shot to death during Trump supporters' invasion of the Capitol, officials said, while 4 other people, including Capitol police officer, also died. So clearly she was someone who believed, and if you go through this full article, it's over at The Guardian. Like I said, there's other ones, but that's the one from over The Guardian. There are clearly ties and warning signs and stuff that were going on with Ashley Babbitt. She couldn't separate the truth from the fiction. She couldn't pull out what it was all about. She couldn't just get mad about masks and not about other things. Clearly, another guy that couldn't pull out the narrative and was on a lizard people reptilian kick was Anthony Quinn Warner, the guy from the Christmas Day bombing down in Nashville. He didn't kill a whole lot of people. I think he injured 3 and himself and his dog. But he went on reptilian hunts for tunnel people. He made very strange, like, New Age religion posts and sent out letters to some of his friends. He mailed out packages and letters the day before he did it. He gave his house away to someone apparently he had only spoke to in letter form once. He mailed out packages to his friends saying, "You won't believe what I found in the park. I've gotten to the bottom of all of this. I know how this all started through the lizards and this and that." Like, clearly he couldn't discern the difference. Now, we're just talking about one person here and one person there, but again, when we get a group of people, think how much that could change. It was not great, what the outcome of either one of those, but it wasn't as deadly as it could have been. Had these people had other like-minded people that were also not able to discern what to do or what to make of it or where to go with this conspiracy theory. Obviously, we've got people that don't know how to cope and don't know how to deal with it. That's just part of it. When you reach the masses, you reach all the masses. You don't just reach the stable ones. You don't just reach the ones that do this or do that. You reach all the masses get rich. So some people who have mental illness, some people who don't understand, some people who don't do this or that, you reach all of the people, right? So that's part of it. And then most recently, the story that I actually want to cover, let me close these, is this guy here. We're going to go through some of his social media right quick. He looks like a pretty freaking normal guy. I'm sad to say it doesn't seem like he was, though. If we go over here, here's his Facebook, Matthew Taylor Coleman. This is the weird post he made, but still, I mean, it probably wasn't a red flag for a lot of people. It said, while worshiping with friends this weekend, I had an unexpected wave of thoughts and images come over me, which, well, brought me a lot of hope. The first image was one of the historical timeline where the period of the Dark Ages, 5th through 15th century, was contrasted. Sorry, I was trying to read it on the wrong screen. Contrasted next to the illuminated creative explosion of the Renaissance, meaning rebirth, 15th and 16th century. This crazy thing about the history is that you don't know what your season will be labeled as until years down the road. And more so, sometimes your time period isn't labeled by what happens during it, but rather what happens after it. While people were living in the Dark Ages, they weren't thinking, it really sucks living in the Dark Ages. It wasn't until after the Renaissance did people start to identify that period of the Dark Ages. And really, the main reason for getting that label was due to the striking contrast that it had with the explosion of art, music, inventions, and discoveries that occurred during the Renaissance. What if we were about to enter the greatest Renaissance period that the world has ever seen? What if we are on the verge of entering into unparalleled explosion of creativity, art, music, inventions, discoveries, entrepreneurship, cures, community, revelations of God's love, to the point that our current period will eventually be seen as another Dark Ages? What if there is a type of great American recession or Renaissance following the years of censorship and political decisiveness that will empower each person's heart to come alive and explode with innovative ideas, new business models, new music sounds, never seen ways to build an amazing community? What if 2020 is just the birth pains of what is on its way to come in 2021 and beyond? It's almost as if God is praying over us. I pray that your hearts will be flooded with light, that you can understand the confident hope. Ephesians 1:18, much love and hope to everyone. And he had some comments on that. But then the video before that, look at this normal family having fun on the beach.
Brother, sister, turn it open. What is it?
Congrats, you guys. So awesome.
Little girl!
Join the club, dude. Get yourself a little girly, man.
Okay, here we go. So that was pretty normal video that was going on. There was nothing strange going on there. Nothing weird. This was a gender reveal party. Had a baby there and another one on the way with a gender reveal party. And then this is what ends up happening from that. Let's see if we can just grab his name here. Here's his Instagram. It's pretty normal, like normal dude, normal family, lots of love. But of course, here's what ends up happening when he's not able to take what's true and what's not, and how to deal with stuff. Let me grab this. Here you go. Oh, no, I grabbed the wrong link. Copy link address.
Okay, a document has been released on more details of this, and y'all, this shit makes Shit makes me fucking sick. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and read it through from
This is horrible.
exactly because there's a lot of information. This is the document we have. On August 7th, 2021, Santa Barbara PD Officer Barriga spoke to Abby via telephone regarding her husband, Matthew. Abby reported to SBPD that she, her husband, and their 2 children planned on going on a camping trip. Abby said that instead, Matthew had left the residence in their family's Mercedes Sprinter van with the 2 children. Abby reported that Matthew did not tell her where he was going and did not answer her text messages. In addition, Abby was concerned because Matthew did not have a car seat. Abby asked the officer to contact him via telephone. Abby further stated she did not believe that Matthew would harm her children, nor did she believe her children were in any danger. She also believed that he would eventually return to their residence. The officer attempted to contact Matthew via telephone but received no response. The officer offered to meet Abby in person. Abby declined and requested no further assistance. Abby followed up the next day on August 8th and spoke with another officer. At approximately 6:59 p.m., Officer Michael Chung responded to Abby's residence in Santa Barbara and met with her. She reiterated everything mentioned previously and then also said she did not have any problems with Matthew and they didn't have any sort of argument prior to him leaving. Family members reported that they were unable to telephonically reach Matthew. Officer Chung asked Abby whether she could attempt to use the Find My iPhone app and locate him. And this is when they found the last known location in Rosarito, Baja California. And then on the 9th, that's when he was located, returning from Mexico. Matthew was taken into an interview and he waived his rights and agreed to speak with the agents. Matthew confessed to killing his children and said he drove his children to Mexico on Saturday, August 7th, 2021. Because he did not have a car seat, he placed his youngest child in a box and departed without Abby. Matthew stated he believed his children were going to grow into monsters, so he had to kill them. Matthew stated he first killed his younger child first using a spear fishing gun, piercing
That's crazy.
Matthew stated that his son did not die right away. He described that he had to move the spear around, thereby cutting his hand in the process. Marks were observed on Matthew's hand, consistent with his statement. After he killed his children, Matthew stated that he moved their bodies approximately 30 yards away and placed them in some brush. The location he provided agents coincided with where they were found. Matthew explained that he was enlightened by QAnon and Illuminati conspiracy theories and was receiving visions and signs revealing that his wife possessed serpent DNA and had passed it along to his children. He said that he was saving the world from monsters. Matthew stated that he knew it was wrong, but it was the only course of action that would save the world. Okay, a document has been released on more details of this, and y'all, the shit makes me fucking sick. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and read it through from the document exactly, because there's a lot of information. This is the document we have.
It's a bad story all the way around. Like it's I don't know. Let's go to YouTube and see if somebody's covered it. Matthew Taylor Coleman. There you go.
Okay, a document has been released on more details of this, and y'all, the shit makes
Let's see. I want an actual news story, so nobody would say I'm like putting a bunch of rhetoric or stuff on it myself. Let me grab one. There you go.
Well, Santa Barbara dad has admitted to taking his 2 kids to Mexico, where he killed them and left their bodies. Good evening. I'm Jesse Pagan.
I'm Marcella Lee. Carlo Chiquetto has the week off. Investigators say 40-year-old Matthew Taylor Coleman drove from his home in Santa Barbara with his 2 young kids on a mission to kill them so that they, in his words, would not grow up to be monsters.
News 8's Kirsten Holmes joins us live with what we've learned about the case today. Kirsten?
Hey, I'm here at the San Diego FBI office where in my hand I'm holding the criminal complaint against Matthew Taylor Coleman. This details the gruesome murder of his 2 young children because he says he wanted to save the world after he was enlightened by QAnon and Illuminati conspiracy theories that he found on the internet. The complaint says that on Saturday, August 7th, Matthew Taylor Coleman took his 10-month-old and 2-year-old from his home in Santa Barbara, California, to Rosarito, Baja California. The criminal complaint says his wife called police.
Dude, that's awful.
When he left with their children because he wasn't answering her or other family members who were reaching out to him. But she says she did not believe that she, or their children were in danger. While in Rosarito, the complaint says Coleman murdered his children using a spear fishing gun into their chests. Coleman said he believed his children were going to grow into monsters and that he had to kill them. after he was enlightened by QAnon and Illuminati conspiracy theories. He says he was also having
Yeah, it's awful, for sure.
that his wife had serpent DNA and passed that DNA on to his children. The court filing says Coleman believed he was saving the world from monsters. Coleman told investigators that since he didn't have a car seat, he placed his youngest child in a box for the ride to Mexico, and after he had killed them, he discarded the spearfishing gun and bloody clothes near a creek. After investigators used the Find My iPhone app to track him down, he was arrested on Monday, August 9th, around 1 in the afternoon at the San Ysidro port of entry. Border officials noticed he was returning to the country alone without his small children, and they noted blood on his Mercedes Sprinter registration paperwork. The bodies of the 2 toddlers had been found hours earlier that day around 8 a.m. Okay, so I read through this entire criminal complaint a couple of times, and I got to tell you, it is pretty horrific. And this comes just weeks after the children's father, Matthew Coleman, made an Instagram post about how much he loves his family, including those 2 small children that he has confessed to killing. We have this full complaint up on our website if you want to read it at cbs8.com, but I got to warn you, it may not be suitable for all audiences. Back to you.
Now, Kirsten, what is next in this case?
Okay, so Coleman was in court today, and he will be arraigned on August 31st. He is being held without bail, but August 31st is his arraignment.
All right, Kirsten, we'll keep track of that and see what happens during the court process. Kirsten Holmes reporting live for us tonight. Kirsten, thank you.
Matthew Taylor Coleman was an American citizen, and so were his 2 young children. And because the crime happened in Mexico, attorneys we talked with say U.S. FBI agents will be working with Mexican authorities to piece together their case and find justice, while each side goes through their own individual legal proceedings.
The U.S. can still charge you if you're a U.S. citizen. You committed crimes against another U.S. citizen in another country, regardless of what happens in the trial down there.
Attorney Mark Reichel says this is only the beginning of what could be a long legal proceeding because of the international implications.
Man, I don't know what to say about that. It's just it's a bad situation all the way around. I couldn't imagine taking something out on your kids or having someone convince you so much that something's true about reptilians or something that you mistrust your own wife and kids. That's horrible. The whole thing's a horrible story. I was going to move on with the show, but I don't even know how to follow that up. That's a horrible story. That's what the danger is with enabling people who we agree on this one. We agree on this one topic. We agree on this one thing, but not this other thing. So why can't we all just get along? Why can't we share our communities? Why can't we build a bigger community? Because there are people that'll take it to this level, and it literally hurts other people, including innocent people. And clearly that's not right. So guys, that's it for me tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for everything that come in. Wish us luck. I'm hoping to find out something on the house we put in a offer with tomorrow. Hopefully we'll find out something more major, and it'll be good news. So wish us luck. We're trying our best to do what we can to get out of here as quickly as possible. We'll see how it turns out. It seems like it's going to be good news, but man, I've been so fucking depressed lately. I don't know. It might be horrible news. Who knows? But guys, thanks for joining us again. Like I said, thank you for the donations. I do appreciate it. Kellen Simonis, NA, Solitaire. I appreciate those donations. Let me go to the coffee thing. Buy me a coffee. Hold on just a second. Also say a prayer for Acuff. Gone too soon, man. He was still a younger guy. He was in good health. Passed away. I served with him in Iraq. So make sure you remember his family. I'm sure I know he had a son that he was really close to. That had just graduated, I think. Had just graduated this year. gone too soon. Over on Buy Me a Coffee, thank you, RL. Let me have it to you. Thank you. Deb Bell, thank you. I appreciate it. Joel, thank you. And John Frank from last night. I appreciate it, guys. Hopefully we get some good news on the house we're trying to buy tomorrow and have some type of good news, and then we can get the fuck out of here and get on with our lives. But remember his family, please. I know that they're going to be. I know that they're struggling with it. I'm not good at this, but I don't know. I hope it works out for them. I've tried to reach out to them on social media. I don't have a phone number for them, but I'm doing what I can. But we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Everybody have a good night. If you need me, hit me up on Telegram, Discord, something like that. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good night.
Man, I can't talk to you now. Why do people call me while I'm on? No. Shut up.
Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Yeah.
It's some off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the base, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Uh-oh.
It's some off, it's about to get lit.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
And yeah. And Mars in the house.
Hey. Nasara, the jab, pine needle tea.
Underground Doms save the children.
Social Security card claims, birth certificate claims, Vatican Tunnel.
Medbed.
Martial law.
1745, 10 Days of Darkness. Digging tunnels. Dogecoin, the evergreen. 19. Vaseline. Boom. All right, here we go. Well, Johnny, you can go to mommy's basement. The Nazis were working with the reptilians.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. It's some off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
We are now the news.
I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped it to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What?
Thank you. I think we'll have it figured out. Hopefully by either tomorrow or Monday, and be done with it.
This is what bombs an alcoholic. Oh, give me a. Oh my God. Here we go, I think I started some shit. It's some off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. It's some off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Round 3. Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't so. Got him backed up on the ropes, trying to ram it down his throat. Now things are getting rocking, he was doing so well. It's all over, hands on his shoulders, they ringing his bell. You got Frog News Network doing no damn research. They rework and copy on Cox that came first. 9th inning, second string, and they acting like they know hitters. Assholes throwing bullshit shit and runs to the shitter. All this nonsense on my conscience, it's hard to sleep at night. Who the fuck is in my window with this time of the night? These parasites, these leeches, with all their secret meetings, teaching all you fucking cretins about baby-eating heathens. Believing in reason with no meaning is bullshit. Will Bird motherfuckers out here busting the grifts. Here we go, I think I started some shit. It's some off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Everybody have a good night. Love you. See you. Bye.
About to get lit, get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
You don't have those guts, cause you're a pussy.
You're a pussy wearing aviator glasses in your mother's basement. And I won't even give out your dime store handle because that's really pathetic.